1430 KLO. KLO. Ogden, Provo, Salt Lake City. 1430 KLO. The news. The 1430 KLO Sports Presentation.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd.
Time now for Raptors baseball on 1430 KLO. The opening pitch is just around the corner, so sit back and enjoy Raptors baseball. Brought to you by Saturn of Riverdale, McKay-D Hospital, Weber Audiology, Bob's Car Company, Tom Stanger Insurance, Dinner's Ready, Family Transmission, Crittenden Glass, and Barlow Heating and Air. Raptors baseball, only here on 1430 KLO.
It's time for Raptors baseball. Glad to have you with us, everybody, wherever you may be. Listening here on 1430 KLO or streaming on the internet at Ogden-Raptors.com. Raptors continue a 7-game road trip. It'll be games 6 and 7 tonight and tomorrow night on the road in Orem, taking on the first-place Orem Owlz. Last night, the Raptors lose in a heartbreaker, 1-0 to Idaho Falls. Lose that series 2-1. Quick rundown of that game. It was a pitcher's duel. Good start. Second good start in a row for Josh Wall. Goes 6 innings, gives up no runs on 5 hits and 2 strikeouts. Game was scoreless going into the 9th inning. In the top half, the visiting half of the 9th, the Raptors had runners at second and third base with nobody out. Then had the bases loaded with 1 out. And after a Jeremy Brown strikeout and a Scott Van Slyke pop-out, that ended the Raptors rally in the top half of the 9th inning. And then in the bottom of the 9th, Eduardo Nunez led off with a double. Moved on over to third base on a Jace Turner ground out, and after an intentional pass to Luis Castillo. So now runners at the corners with 1 out. Lance Parrish brought the whole team out, set up the defense, got a ground ball to shortstop. Juan Rivera had a chance to turn a double play or come home. Said he thought there was 2 outs, threw to first, and that was how the ball game ended. Final score, 1-0. Look at the Pioneer League South Division standings. The Orem Owlz and the Idaho Falls Chuckers tied for first place with a 5-2 record. Orem Owlz have won 3 games in a row. They just swept the series with the Casper Rockies. Chuckers are 5-2. They're tied with the Owls. Ogden 3-4, 2 games back of the first place team, 2-3 away from home, and Ogden has lost 2 games in a row. Casper Rockies 1-6 on the year. They've lost 3 in a row and are currently 4 games back of Idaho Falls and Orem. In the North Division, a 3-way tie for first place. Billings, Great Falls, and Missoula all sit at 4 wins and 3 losses. Helena Brewers on a 4-game losing skid under manager Eddie Cedar. They're at 2-5, 2 games back of the 3-way tie for first place. So tonight, we'll get to see Stephen Johnson up against Sean O'Sullivan. Stephen Johnson, son of former big leaguer Dave Johnson, a righty, 6'1", 195 pounds, 13th round pick in the 2005 draft out of Kingsville, Maryland, spent last season in the Gulf Coast League. For Orem, they'll have Sean O'Sullivan. He's a righty, 6'2", 225, high draft pick in the 3rd round in the 05 draft out of San Diego, California. He was a former high school guy. Raptors will be wearing their road gray uniforms. Ogden written in blue lettering across the chest with blue hats. Orem Owlz home white uniform with red sleeves. So glad to have you with us. Game start will be 7:05. Raptors team takes the field. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with tonight's starting lineup Glad to have you with us for Raptors baseball here on 1430 KLO.
Think of how much better mowing your lawn would be if you could go as fast or as slow as you wanted. You know, take your mower carefully around curbs and trees and then really move it in the wide open areas. Well, now you can with Toro's personal pace self-propel system. Check them out today at Ogden Lawn and Garden at 460 West 12th Street. It's the amazing mower that adjusts to your speed. Just place your hands on the handle and go. Test drive one today. Toro, count on it. See Ogden Lawn and Garden for warranty details.
Your tastes are unique. Shouldn't your home reflect your unique, individual style? If you're tired of your home looking like everyone else's, you may want to consider stucco. D&G Stucco can help you create a unique and personalized look for your home. They have 14 years of experience in stucco foundations and rockwork. Whether it's residential or commercial, remodels or repairs, go with the pros. Go with D&G Stucco.
D&G Stucco. Let them take your unique style and turn it into a personalized new look for your home or office. Find them in your yellow pages under Stucco.
Hey fans, insurance rates are flying higher than a Raptors home run. Tired of paying too much for your auto and motorcycle insurance? Then call your local Geico Auto and Motorcycle Insurance Company. They offer the best rates and 24-hour claim service 7 days a week. For a free quote and friendly comparisons, call 775-8020 or visit them in Layton, just northeast of Layton Hills Mall on Hill Hills Road. Get the coverage you need at a rate you can afford with Geico Auto and Motorcycle Insurance. Remember, it's Geico, not Gecko.
See with your own eyes the best line of Toro mowers you can buy. Toro's SR4 Super Recycler lawnmowers. Everything from Toro's tried and true guaranteed to start engine and patented SR4 Super Recycler cutting system for better mulching to a 5-year full warranty. Toro's SR4 Super Recyclers are not only great mowers, but a great value too. Starting at only $529 MSRP. Check out Toro's best line of mowers. Toro SR4 Super Recycler lawnmowers at Day Power Equipment on Main Street in Roy. Toro, count on it. See Day Power Equipment for warranty details.
Manufacturer's suggested retail price subject to local dealer option.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Raptors broadcast is brought to you in part by Mainly Business Systems. Honesty, dependability, and customer service still matter. By the United States Air Force, crossed into the blue. By Comfort Systems USA Intermounted. Featuring trains, it's hard to stop a train. By Brightweiser Insurance Services, a trusted choice agency. And by Richards Manufacturing Jewelers, affordable prices from jewelers who care.
The Raptors are proud of the legacy they're building as the most popular team in the Pioneer League. Thanks to you, the fans. Legacy Pest Control is equally proud of their legacy of satisfied customers. Thanks to you, the people who trust Legacy Pest Control. For complete residential and commercial pest control and termite services, you can rely on Legacy Pest Control. Find them in the Deck's yellow pages. That's Legacy Pest Control, leaving a legacy of satisfied customers.
Michael Medved. What he says, he backs with the facts. Call and agree, or not. Michael Medved live, 1 to 4 p.m. on World Class Talk, AM 1430, KLO. When you hear talk on the radio, it's important that you remember what station you're listening to. Our dial position is AM 1430. Our call letters, KLO. Our format, World Class Talk, AM 1430, KLO.
It's up, up, up. It's out of here. But doesn't it seem like the price of everything is going up these days, especially energy? So your bills go up, which means your debt goes up. How do you cut back on energy costs? Barlow Heating and Air has a way. Now, for a limited time, receive up to a $1,000 instant discount with the purchase of a qualifying Lennox home comfort system. The real savings comes when you get your energy bill that month. Save up to 50% on your bill. So to find out more, call Barlow Heating and Air at 801-621-2725. That's 801-621-2725.
Welcome back to Orem. Raptors taking on the Orem Owlz. First game of a 4-game series. We'll have 2 games here in Orem, followed by start of a 5-game homestand at home. So it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday here in home of the Owlz Stadium, and then Thursday and Friday night back in Ogden. 5-game homestand for the Raptors. Have 2 games against the Owlz, followed by 3 against the Casper Rockies. Look at the Pioneer League scoreboard from last night. Missoula tops Billings by a score of 6-4. Jorge Perez picks up his leading 3rd save on the season. Great Falls on top of Helena 5-3. Raptors lose 1-0 in Idaho Falls to the Chuckers. And Orem wins 3-2 in Casper. Now take a look at the starting lineup. First with the visiting Ogden Raptors. Leading off, playing left field, Ryan Rogowski, getting .238 on the season. No home runs, 1 run batted in. Batting second will be the shortstop, Justin Fuller, .313 on the year. Neither of those two players played last night. Hitting third, playing third base, will be Jesus Soto. Went 1 for 4 last night with the double. He's hitting .250 on the year. Hitting cleanup, the first baseman, Eduardo Perez. He's a switch hitter. Second highest batting average on the team at .348. Designated hitter Josh Bell will bat fifth. Chris Jensen, the right fielder, sixth. He'll be followed by DJ Jackson in center field. DJ went 1 for 2 last night with a double and a walk in Idaho Falls. Catching and batting eighth, Carlos Madero. And the second baseman, Juan Rivera, will bat ninth for the Raptors. Ogden wearing their road gray uniforms with all blue Dodger hats. Orem Owlz home white uniforms with red sleeves and red hats. Game time temperature 79 degrees. During batting practice, cloudy and windy, and then about 20 minutes before the game started, clouds blew over. Now we've got blue skies, few clouds off in the distance, but it's sunny and warm. Another good night for baseball. No wind to speak of. On the mound for the Orem Owlz, Sean O'Sullivan, the righty, 6'2", 225 pounds from San Diego, California. Picked up in the third round of the 2005 draft by the Anaheim Angels. Spent last season in the Gulf Coast League. So now coming to the plate, Ryan Rogowski, left fielder from University of Illinois. Bats left, he'll be going up against the right-handed Sean O'Sullivan. Sullivan's made 1 start in the year. It was against the Raptors in the first series these two teams played. Pitched well, went 4 innings, gave up no runs on 2 hits. Didn't figure in the decision. 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Opposing batters hitting only .143 against the righty. Ogden's managed by Lance Parrish, former big leaguer, all-star catcher, and 18 seasons in the show. Craig Bjornson is the pitching coach. Tarek Brock, the hitting coach. Matt O'Brien, strength coach. And the trainer, back for his second year, Joe Fox. So ready to get things underway. The first pitch to Rogowski's on the outside corner, strike 1. Hope you're having a pleasant evening wherever you may be. And thanks for joining us here on 1430 KLO. The strike 1 pitch to Rogowski. Hit high into the outer right field, right at Luis Rivera. Waits for it to come down for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up shortstop Justin Fuller. Other games going on in the Pioneer League tonight. Billings will be at Missoula. Great Falls at Helena. And Casper at Idaho Falls. Just joining us, no score in the top half of the first inning. 1 out, base is empty, and shortstop Justin Fuller at the plate. Corner infielders playing in against the left-handed bat. Takes a slider low and inside, ball 1. Fuller out of Lewis and Clark State College. Calls Juneau, Alaska home. Drafted in the 11th round of this year's draft. Gets a hold of this one to right field. Rivera goes back. It's going to be off the wall. Fuller charging hard, going to second base. He'll be in there standing up with a 1-out double in the first inning. That's the second double of the season for Justin Fuller. Got a hanging breaking ball up in the zone. Tattooed it off the Hebrew National sign in right field. So a runner in scoring position for the Raptors with 1 out, and third baseman Jesus Soto coming up. This is now Soto's 4th start at third base. Last year played with the Raptors. All of his games getting the start at second base. So a runner in scoring position, and the first pitch to Soto's a breaking ball, swung on and missed, strike 1. Sullivan a three-quarter delivery. Throws a two-seam fastball, slider, and a circle change. No balls, one strike to count to Soto. Fuller at second base, takes a big lead, pitches outside, throw down to second base bag. Not going to be in time. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jesus Soto. Fuller with a big secondary lead. Prompted the catcher Scott Kanazik to throw it down towards second base, but not in time. Look at the Owlz defense. Brooks Schenkel at first base. Abel Nieves at second. Ryan Mount at short. DJ Phillips playing at third base. In left, Darryl Sales, Peter Bourjos in center, and Luis Rivera in right. Scott Kanazik behind the plate, and the 1-1 pitch is on the outside corner. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. No score, top half of the first inning. Fuller a big lead at second base. Shortstop playing deep in the hole. Nieves at second base covering. Now back to his normal spot. And the 1-2 pitch to Soto. Chases a slider out of the zone. Strike 3. So 2 away will bring up the first baseman, Eduardo Perez. Switch hitter didn't play last night in Idaho Falls. Hitting .348 on the season. Ryan Rogowski started off the game with a fly out to right. Then a Justin Fuller double, followed by a Jesus Soto strikeout. 2 outs, runner on at second base, and a big swing and a miss by Perez. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top half of the first inning, no score in Orem. O'Sullivan, big guy, 6'2", 225. Working out of the stretch, heads home a strike 1 pitch, lined up the middle, shortstop Mount moving to his left, throws to first in the dirt, gets past Schenkel, so Justin Fuller comes in to score all the way from second, and it's 1-0 Raptors. We'll see how they score that one. Perez on to second base. Raptors with a 1-0 lead. Going to be charged as a throwing error on the shortstop, Ryan Mount. But nonetheless, the Raptors on top, 1-0. The tough play for Mount. His ball was over the second base bag. Moving to his left, threw on the run. It was in the dirt to Schenkel. Tried to pick it out of the dirt. Hit off the heel of his glove. Allowing the run to score. So, runner at second base, 2 outs. Raptors lead 1-0. First pitch is a curveball outside. Ball 1 to Josh Bell. Bell, the DH tonight, a switch hitter, batting left-handed. Hits this one hard, a one-hopper to Nieves. Spins, throws to first in time for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Raptors score 1 run in the top half of the first. Orem Owlz coming up. Steven Johnson out for the Raptors. 1-0 after a half inning on 1430 KLO.
The family birthplace at Ogden Regional Medical Center has earned a 5-star rating from the Health Grade, an independent, nationally recognized organization. A 5-star rating means Ogden Regional is ranked #1 in northern Utah and in the top 15% in the nation in obstetrics. As the only single-room maternity care center in Weber and Davis counties, you now have choices in childbirth. Experience our family-centered care for yourself. Ogden Regional is also proud to be recognized as one of the 100 top hospitals in America.
Bowman Kemp is a proud sponsor of our hometown Ogden Raptors. Bowman Kemp has been fabricating and supplying steel to the Wasatch Front for over 30 years. Are your window wells filling up with unwanted water, leaves, and debris? Bowman Kemp now has a full line of grates that can provide safety while keeping your window wells clean. Bowman Kemp, for your steel needs. And watch the Raptors base runners go for great steel. Go Raptors!
Prima Weaver Dairy has been manufacturing quality dairy products for over 80 years. When you plan your next family get-together or backyard party, think Prima Weaver Dairy products. You won't be disappointed. Whether it's homemade ice cream, a cool salad, or a cool, refreshing drink, you can count on Prima Weaver to deliver a home run every time. Prima Weaver. Dairy products you've come to trust, one only the best will do.
Raptors score 1 run in the top half of the first inning. Justin Fuller, after a one-out double, comes in to score on an error by the shortstop, Ryan Mount. So 1-0 Raptors. Steven Johnson on the mound. Go to the batting order for the home team, Orem Owlz. Leading off playing shortstop, Ryan Mount. Will be followed by second baseman Abel Nieves. Catcher Scott Kanazik will bat third. Hitting cleanup, left fielder Darryl Sales. Batting fifth, third baseman P.J. Phillips. Will be followed by first baseman Brooks Schenkel. Designated hitter Tyler Johnson. Right fielder Luis Rivera will bat eighth, and center fielder Peter Bourjos will bat ninth. First pitch is a fastball that misses high to Ryan Mount. And then comes back with another fastball. A strike at the knees, 1-1. Raptors gray uniforms, blue hat. Catcher Carlos Madero with all gray catcher's gear. Third fastball in a row, fouled back and out of play by Mount. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Currently 79 degrees. Sun setting across the field from right to left. Right in the eyes of the shortstop, third baseman, and left fielder. Here's the 1-2 pitch by Johnson. Curveball pulled foul down the first baseline. It'll stay 1-2. Johnson from Kingsville, Maryland. A righty at 6'1", 195. Born in August 1987. Picked up in the 13th round in the 05 draft. Spent last season in the Gulf Coast League. Another 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Went around. Strike 3. So Steven Johnson starts off the game with a strikeout swinging. And Abel Nieves coming up. Johnson, in his first appearance of the season with the Raptors, struck out 9 batters. That was here in Orem 5 days ago. 1 away, base is empty. Raptors on top 1-0. And it's a first pitch strike to Abel Nieves, 0-1. A lot of fastballs so far by Steven. Seen 1 curveball, heading the count 0-1. Pumps in another fastball, fouled back into the net, 0-2. Right now the mound is in the sun. Home plate is in the shadows. Saw that affect the batters in the other 2 games we played here in Orem. A lot of strikeouts early by both pitchers. 0-2 fastball, just a little high and outside. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Raptors 1 run on 1 hit in the visiting half of the first inning. Owlz so far hitless. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nieves. Second baseman bats right-handed. Hitting .250 on the season, no home runs, and 6 runs batted in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, pitched by Johnson. Curveball just a little high, and that fills up the count to Nieves with Scott Kanazik, the catcher, on deck. So after being ahead in the count, 0-2, now a full count. Payoff pitch, just hit back into the net. It will stay 3 balls and 2 strikes. Keep a close eye on the L.A. Dodgers game, currently in the top of the 5th in Minnesota. Dodgers trailing 6-1. Another 3-2 pitch, blows a fastball by Nieves for strike 3. So 2 strikeouts in a row for Steven Johnson. Brings his season total to 11. Strikes out Ryan Mount, swinging on a 1-2 pitch. And then Nieves with a fastball on a full count. So 2 away, base is empty. Raptors lead 1-0, and the catcher Scott Kanazik coming up. Kanazik has been one of the more consistent hitters for the Owls, hitting .348 on the year. Strike on the inside corner, 0-1. 6'1", 215 pounds from Browns Mills, New Jersey. Kanazik in his rookie season out of the 15th round in this year's draft. Calls for time at the plate. Set the defense for the Raptors at first base, Eduardo Perez. Juan Rivera at second. Justin Fuller at short. Jesus Soto at third base. The fastball misses high. Evens it up at 1-1. In left field, Ryan Rogowski, DJ Jackson in center field, and Chris Jensen in right. 1-1 pitch. Strike on the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Scott Kanazik. 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning. Raptors lead 1-0. Carlos Madero behind the plate. And a pitch by Johnson, a curveball. Weak grounder back to the mound. Johnson Trock on his way to first. Overhand flip to Perez. And that completes the 1-2-3 inning for Steven Johnson. At the end of 1, it's the Raptors 1-0 over the Owls right here on 1430 KLO.
When it comes to your finances, you want sterling service. Consider a credit union. Since 1956, Weber Credit Union has offered full financial services, including competitive savings and loan rates. And Weber offers something the others can't: personal service, attention to detail, and trust. Weber offers you more because you deserve more. With 2 locations, see Weber Credit Union in Roy on 4800 South and in Ogden at 975 South Washington. Or see their website at webercu.com. Membership and eligibility required.
Ogden Clinic, the place of choice for patients, employees, and providers, where health needs are met through quality health care. Let us help you and your family have a healthy year. Make the Ogden Clinic your choice for quality, convenient health care. With 6 convenient locations throughout Ogden and Roy, the Ogden Clinic accepts most insurance plans, including Select Health, IHC, Altius, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Cigna United Healthcare, and Worker Compensation, Industrial Medicine. Services are available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Summer is here, bringing 2 of America's favorite pastimes, baseball and barbecuing. Snyder's Family Meats is proud to help you and your family enjoy both by offering the fullest selection of meats for the barbecue, including a wide variety of marinated chicken, beef, and pork. And don't forget the finest steaks to be found. Snyder's is a proud sponsor of your Ogden Raptors, so get out and enjoy all the season has to offer. While you're out, make the stop at Snyder's Family Meats, located at 4421 Harrison Boulevard, right at the entrance of the new McKay-D Hospital. Snyder's Family Meats, celebrating 20 years of our family serving yours.
Raptors on top 1-0 as we move to the second inning. 2 up, right fielder Chris Jensen, center fielder DJ Jackson, and the catcher Carlos Madero. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Raptors. In the first inning, with 1 out, Justin Fuller doubled off the right field wall. Then a Jesus Soto strikeout, so now 2 outs, a runner on at second base. Eduardo Perez grounder to the left side, a throwing error on Ryan Mount. Justin Fuller came in to score all the way from second base, and that's how we get to 1-0. Chris Jensen out of UCLA will lead it off. Hometown San Diego, California, on the season hitting .333. First pitch, a fastball, flat foul into the left field seat. 0-1 to Jensen. Sean O'Sullivan. So far, a lot of fastballs and sliders. 3-quarter delivery, misses outside with the fastball there. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jensen. O'Sullivan had committed to play at San Diego State. Went to Grossmont Junior College instead. Big sweeping breaking ball swung on a miss by Jensen. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Allen breaking hit on the hands of the left-handed bat, couldn't fight it off, and he's down 1-2. No outs, base is empty in the top of the second. And a pitch, fastball off the hands, back and out of play. It'll stay 1 ball and 2 strikes. At Grossmont Junior College, he's also a hitter, hit .405, 7 home runs and 39 RBIs. He's also the team's top pitcher. Went 7-3 with a 1.87 ERA. There's the changeup fought off by Jensen, so he'll stay alive. Count's been 1-2, fought off a fastball. And the off-speed pitch there. Top of the second base is empty. The 1-2 pitch to Jensen. Hold foul again by Chris. Turning into quite an at-bat. At the 7th pitch coming up. Jensen, 6 foot, 290 pounds. 22nd round pick in this year's draft, and he'll call for time. Kanazik and O'Sullivan not able to hook up on the call. Now O'Sullivan's ready to big righty into the windup. Curveball in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Jensen hitting .333, 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. Has 6 RBIs on the second game of the season, including a grand slam. 2-2 pitch, hit hard to the right side. Nieves isn't going to be able to get to it. So a good at bat for Chris Jensen. Leads off the second inning with a single. And center fielder DJ Jackson coming up. Tired of paying too much for your auto or motorcycle insurance? Then call your local Geico Insurance Company. They offer the best rates and 24-hour claim service 7 days a week. Or visit them in Layton on Hillfield Road. Get the coverage you need at a rate you can afford with Geico Auto and Motorcycle Insurance. Jensen at first base being held on by Schenkel. Middle of the infield moves to double play depth. Third baseman Phillips playing even with the bag. Lazy throw over to first base. Jensen back easily. Second time in the game, O'Sullivan's out of the stretch. Righty, a quick move home. Jackson fouls off a fastball, 0-1. DJ from Portland, Oregon. First team All-State his senior year of high school as a running back and a cornerback at Jesuit High School in Portland. Spent last season with the Raptors, 04 with the GTL Dodgers. Another throw over to first base. Jensen again back in time. Raptors 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. The Owls zeros in the runs and the hits column and have 1 error in the game. A third throw over to first, and Jensen for the third time gets back in time. If we get a pitch home, strike 1 pitch. Jackson missed at the bunt. Strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes to DJ Jackson. Last season, no sacrifice bunts, had 2 sac flies. In 04 in the Gulf Coast League, had 1 sacrifice bunt. And he'll have to put the bat on his shoulder, down at the count 0-2 with no outs. And a 1-0 lead in the top of the second. Here's the strike 2 pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Big sweeping curveball started out over the plate, breaking away from the right-handed batter Jackson. We've got 1 away. Carlos Madero, the catcher, will come to the plate. Runner on at first base is Jensen. 1 away, top of the second. Raptors a 1-0 lead. Rest of the infield still playing at double play depth. Schenkel holding the runner on at first base. And O'Sullivan starts Madero off with a curveball. It's in there on the inside corner. Strike 1. No balls and 1 strike to Madero. Hitting an even 100 on the season. And can't catch up to the fastball. It's 0-2. That one, a hard fastball in on the hands. Madero couldn't fight it off. It's no balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Jensen still the runner at first base. And we'll have another throw over. And again, Jensen back in time, dirtying up his jersey. O'Sullivan out of the stretch. A look over his left shoulder to first. That fastball just foul tipped off by Madero, so he'll stay alive. Swung at all 3 of the first 3 pitches. Breaking ball and a fastball. Got down in the count 0-2. Fought off that fastball in on his hand. See what O'Sullivan comes back with here. Righty. That's out in front of his chest. Another breaking ball. Flying into left field. Darryl Sales looking back into the sun, makes the play for out number 2. That'll bring Chris Jensen back to first base. Now 2 away, still a 1-0 Raptors lead, and second baseman Juan Rivera coming to the plate. What normally would have been a routine fly ball to Darryl Sales out in left field, looking right back into the sun, had to use his glove to shield his eyes from the light, but made the play 2 outs. And Juan Rivera at the plate raised his average on the season to an even .500. No home runs, 1 RBI. Went 3 for 4 last night and 2 for 3 the other game he played in the Idaho Falls series. And now we'll have a visit to the mound by Scott Kanazic. First look at the Kier Construction Pioneer League scoreboard. No score in Missoula between the Mustangs and the Osprey. Great Falls scores 1 run in the top of the first in Helena. They lead 1-0. And no score between Casper and Idaho Falls. 1-0 here, 2 outs, top of the second. And another throw over to first base. The amount of times they've thrown over to Jensen, you'd think you'd have Ricky Henderson out there on the bases, but O'Sullivan keeps tossing it over to first base. Not that big of a lead for Jensen. And the first pitch to Rivera is in the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball and no strike to Juan Rivera. Spent last season at Ogden, hit .251, 1 home run, 16 RBIs. Fouls that one right into the Orem Owlz dugout. It'll be strike 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Justin Fuller scored the only run of the game. That for the Raptors in the top half of the first inning. Then here in the second, Chris Jensen singled on a 2-2 pitch. DJ Jackson struck out swinging. A fly by Madera to left. Runner going. Hit and run. Rivera slaps it into right field. Jensen will go easily from first to third base. Now runners at the corners with 2 outs. Back to the top of the order. Ryan Rogowski coming up. So the hit and run on. Jensen got a good jump. Might have been able to straight steal second base anyway. This was a high hanging breaking ball. Over the plate, Rivera slapped it over the head of the second baseman Nieves. So Jensen now only 90 feet away from home. Juan Rivera at first base is 0 for 2 in stolen base attempts this season. 2 outs, top of the second. Ryan Rogowski, the batter, who out to right field in his first at bat. Curveball, strike 1 on the inside corner. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to Ryan Rogowski. Left-handed batter up against the right-handed pitcher. Strike 1 pitch, 3 hopper to second. Nieves charges on it. Underhand flip to first, and that'll do it for the second inning. Raptors lead 1-0 at the end of 1.5. Coming back after this on 1430 KLO.
When buying and selling a home, it pays to work with a realtor. Realtors provide critical assistance in helping people negotiate one of the most important transactions of their lives. The Weber North Davis Association of Realtors is the voice of over 1,800 realtors who work with buyers and sellers in Weber, Morgan, and North Davis County. Realtors provide valuable assistance to home buyers, helping them find the right home in the right neighborhood at the right price. Realtors provide sellers with up-to-date information on market conditions, pricing, and marketing strategies. Realtors help to manage difficult negotiations, provide important and objective information, and guide the buyer and sellers through the complex closing process, ensuring the smoothest transaction possible. Above all, through their experience and training, realtors offer precious protection before, during, and after each transaction. Realtors are accountable to a high ethical, moral, and professional standard of conduct. When using a realtor, you can be assured the highest quality of professionalism. So whether you are buying or selling a home, it pays to work with a realtor.
Looking for a licensed, bonded, insured electrical contractor? No further than Lynn Woodward Electric. We specialize in telephone wiring, control wiring, and custom design. No job too small or too big. Commercial, industrial, residential. Lynn Woodward Electric is a member of the Utah Better Business Bureau. We're located at 3336 South 1325 West in Ogden. If you have any questions, please give us a call at 621-3220.
Raptors lead 1-0 as we move to the bottom of the second inning. That'd be 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for the Owls. Darryl Sales, followed by P.J. Phillips and Brooks Schenkel. The 1-2-3 first inning for Steven Johnson. 2 strikeouts swinging and a weak ground out back to the mound. Raptors 1 run on 3 hits. Had runners at the corners in the top half of the second. But a ground out to second base ended that rally. So 1-0 Ogden. Left fielder Darryl Sales at the plate. have a righty-on-righty matchup. First pitch by Johnson, blowing away, ball one. Johnson struck out 9 batters in his first start of the season. Already 2 tonight. Fastball fouled back right and out of play. Strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Steven Johnson, a righty, 6'1", 195 pounds from Kingsville, Maryland. Working quickly. This is blowing away with the breaking ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch, fouled again, back and out of play. 2-2 count. Base is empty, no outs. Bottom of the second. Raptors lead 1-0. Johnson was selected by Louisville Slugger and the National High School Baseball Coaches Association as the Player of the Year for the state of Maryland, and he fails to take a strike on the outside corner. Strike 3. Got him with the curveball, aft, and he's on the outside corner. So now 3 strikeouts already for Steven Johnson. He's retired all 4 batters that he's faced. P.J. Phillips, the batter, number 5 hitter, playing third base. First pitch, a curveball, got away from Johnson. 1 ball and no strike. In the bottom of the 6th, Dodgers now trailing the Minnesota Twins 7-1. Omar Garcia-Parra, only run of the game for the Dodgers. This one hit into right field, right at Chris Jensen for out number 2. So 2 away, and the first baseman, Brooks Schenkel, will come to the plate. It was the 10th home run of the season for Omar Garcia-Parra. Derek Lowe pitching. Gone 5 innings, given up 7 earned runs and 3 strikeouts. 2-way base is empty, bottom of the second. It's a strike beneath the Schenkel, 0-1. Raptors infield playing in their normal position. Outfield is playing Schenkel to hit it to the opposite field, which would be right field in this case. Curveball misses, 1 ball and 1 strike to the 133 hitter Schenkel. And a fastball in the dirt makes it 2-1. Schenkel hitting 133, no home runs, 1 RBI. 2 outs, base is empty. Raptors a 1-0 lead. Schenkel reaches down, fouls off a fastball, and we got a deuces count. Perfect evening for baseball in Orem. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the second inning. And the deuces pitched by Johnson to curveball, and this is high, ball 3. Now a full count with 2 outs. Only other batter that Johnson had a full count against was Abel Nieves in the first inning. He struck him out swinging. With 2 outs, the payoff pitch popped up down the right field foul line. Juan Rivera coming over from second base to make the play in fair territory for the 3rd out of the inning. So Johnson's retired all 6 batters that he faced at the end of 2 in Orem. It's the Raptors on top 1-0 on 1430 KLO.
Owning my own dry cleaning shop, I'm all about fast business.
Dave Denton, Zions Bank SBA Express customer.
As a small business owner, I've got a million things taking up my time.
Did you get machine 6 up and running?
Yeah, just fixed it. People want their clothes done right, and they want them done now. And I wanted my SBA loan the same way. Quick, convenient, and competitive.
Zions Bank is now offering SBA Express loans as low as 8.75%.
The people at Zions Bank know I don't have a lot of time, so they make it easy.
The SBA Express loan involves less paperwork, and all SBA fees are waived for the life of the loan.
And with my SBA Express debit card, I get money when I need it most.
Hey, Dave, Bill Brady's on free.
Thanks. Tell him I'll be right there. I tell you, when it comes to getting fast, competitive funding from someone who actually knows your business, you can't beat Zions Bank. They've been a top SBA lender for years, which means they'll be around as long as I need them.
For more information, call 1-877-315-0190 or visit ZionsBank.com. Zions Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. Credit approval required. SBA fees waived for loans less than $150,000.
Attention car owners, important Raptor radio message. When you drive, you can get dents, dings, fender benders, and even rear-ended. Time to get, better get Mako. Now get our Ambassador paint service for as low as $199 with high-grade auto enamel paint. Just $199. Don't wait another minute. Stop in today for your free estimate at our Ogden and Layton Mako locations. There are no hassles, no worries with our written guarantee in over 500 Mako centers nationwide. So remember, there's no better time, no better price, no better place than Mako in Ogden and our newest store in Layton. Mako, America's smart choice.
Justin Fuller, Jesus Soto, and Eduardo Perez to lead it off for the Raptors in the top of the third inning. Raptors 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. Owlz, no runs and an error. So a 1-0 lead for Ogden. On the season, the Raptors 1 game below 500 at 3-4. 2 games back of first place. Idaho Falls and Orem tied for first place with 5-2 records. Justin Fuller has scored the only run of the game. Had a 1-out double off the right field wall in the first inning. Came in to score on a throwing error by the shortstop Ryan Mount on Eduardo Perez grounder. First pitch, a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 to Justin Fuller. Fuller bats left, throws right. He's top prospect by Baseball America in the Idaho, Wyoming, Montana region. And that's a strike at the knees. 0-2. Base is empty. No outs, top of the third. 1-0 lead for the Raptors. Justin Fuller behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch is pulled foul. Start breaking ball that time by Sullivan. So Fuller saw it, fouled it off, and he'll get to see another one. Sullivan has a quirky delivery. See the ball set behind him when he comes home, and he strikes out Fuller swinging there. Another nasty breaking pitch for strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Sean O'Sullivan. So 1 away, and the third baseman Jesus Soto coming up. When O'Sullivan sets the ball, you can see his right arm completely extended behind his back, and then almost twirls. Very hard to pick up the ball. It's almost right on top of you. Soto swings and misses at a curveball. Strike 1. That one's starting off at the hands breaking away from the right-handed bat Soto, who struck out swinging in his first at bat. Strike 1 pitch, fastball off the hands, a weak flare pop-up to T.J. Phillips at third base. An easy play for out number 2. That'll bring up first baseman Eduardo Perez, cleanup hitter for the Raptors. Reached base on the throwing error by the shortstop Ryan Mount in the first inning. That allowed Justin Fuller to come around and score the only run of the game. 2 outs, base is empty. Breaking ball in on the hands of Perez, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Eduardo Perez. And is a free agent with the Dodgers in 2003 from Caracas, Venezuela. And he's way out in front of that changeup, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. And the 1-1 pitch. Weak grounder to the right side, right at the first baseman, Brooks Schenkel. Grabs it 1 step over to his left to step on the bag. Completes the 1-2-3 inning for Sean O'Sullivan. At the end of 2 1/2, it's still the Raptors on top 1-0 on 1430 KLO.
This is Jeff Morgan, General Manager of John Watson Chevrolet, and I have a startling confession to make. Chevrolet has been injecting performance-enhancing stimulants into our vehicles for years. How else do you explain 9 new cars that get over 30 miles to the gallon? And they're all available at John Watson Chevrolet for the lowest prices in Utah, including 2006 Aveos starting at just $199 a month OAC. And when you talk about being fully juiced, you're talking about the power, torque, and payload of Chevy trucks. We have the full line available for prices that smash the competition. Go to work in a brand new work truck for under $15,000. Yes, 06 Silverado work trucks start at just $14,499. And our huge selection of GM certified used vehicles all come with a little something extra in the tank. An extended warranty and rates as low as 2.9%. For performance enhanced vehicles, come to John Watson Chevrolet and American Revolution. 3535 Wall Avenue, the dealership where you'll always
feel at home. Feel at home. John Watson Chevrolet.
Rogers Eggs has supported Ogden and its surrounding areas since 1937. Rogers offers fresh eggs and a full line of processed and pasteurized egg products for institutional, commercial, and personal use. Rogers is located at 428 North Harrisville Road in Ogden, next to Walmart in Harrisville. For eggs at their very best, call Blair or Brian at 801-782-7334. Rogers Eggs, an Ogden tradition since 1937.
Raptors up 1-0 as we move to the home half of the third inning. Steven Johnson for the Raptors has retired all 6 batters that he's faced. Threw 14 pitches in the first inning, 13 pitches in the second inning. Now the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Owls due up. Tyler Johnson, the DH, takes a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. So far, Johnson's location has been very good. Already 3 strikeouts. Johnson bunting it back to the mound, fielded by Johnson, a high throw, but brought down by Perez for the first out of the inning. Johnson a slight double clutch after fielding that, but Perez brought it down. He got 1 away. So now 7 in a row retired by the righty from Kingsville, Maryland. 1 away, bottom of the third. Raptors lead 1-0. Right fielder Luis Rivera at the plate, hitting .235 on the season, 1 home run, 2 runs batted in. Johnson out of the windup, curveball, belt high for strike 1. Johnson settling into a groove, working off the first base side of the rubber. Strike 1 pitch is a fastball in the dirt, 1-1. The 5th game between the Owls and the Raptors. Both teams winning 1 game on each other's home field. Curveball hit over the right field seats out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Luis Rivera. Base is empty with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Raptors 1 run on 3 hits. The Owls no score. 1-2 curveball. Reached out. Hit down the right field line by Rivera all the way to the wall. Jensen over. It's going to be a foul ball. Jensen almost making his way to it. On that short porch in right field, only 312 down the line. Rivera just slapping at it. It was a curveball breaking away from him. Could have been 10 feet to the left. Could have been a home run. So it'll stay a 1-2 count. Short porches down the lines here at home of the Owl Stadium. 305 down the left field line, 312 down the right field line. Rivera, the right-handed bat, down in the count 1-2. And the pitch by Johnson fouled off back into the Owls dugout. It'll stay a 1-2 count. Johnson in the Gulf Coast League last year. Made 3 starts, 3 appearances out of the bullpen. Was 0-2 with a 9.53 ERA. And the batter, Rivera, calls for time. Gets it from the home plate umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnson into the windup. Pitch is on the outside corner. A called strike 3. 4th strikeout of the game for Steven Johnson. Gives him 13 on the season. That puts him into 2nd place in the Pioneer League, only trailing Eric Cordier of Idaho Falls. So 2 away, now 8 in a row retired by Johnson. Brings up the center fielder, Peter Bourjos. He fouls off the first pitch, straight back and out of play, 0-1. Instead of the Raptors defense, Perez at first, Juan Rivera at second. Fuller at short, Soto at third. 0-1 breaking balls in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Rogowski in left, Jackson in center, Jensen in right. Carlos Madero behind the plate. 1-1 pitch blown by Peter Bourjos. A fastball around the letters. No chance of catching up to that one. And it's 1-2. 2 out. Base is empty in the bottom of the third. Raptors lead 1-0. Johnson working quickly. 1-2 pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. Strike 3. So now 5 strikeouts in the game for Steven Johnson. Owlz have brought up 9 batters. Johnson has sent 9 down. At the end of 3, it's 1-0 Ogden Raptors on 1430 KLO.
I want you to stop and listen.
RBH high-performance award-winning loudspeakers. The leader in high-performance audio systems since 1976. They're located in Layton, just a short drive from Linquist Field. For the absolute best in home theater and complete home audio systems, call 801-543-2200. That's 801-543-2200. Or visit them on the web at www.rbhsound.com. Their calling card is your listening pleasure. You're hearing their speakers every night at Linquist Field as part of our new state-of-the-art RBH sound system. RBH uses exclusive aluminum core technology to bring you the best sound possible. So hit your own home run and invest in high-quality RBH speakers for your audio system or home theater. RBH Sound high-performance loudspeakers. Redefining the way you experience sound.
Business owners and building service contractors, we hope you're enjoying the game. At Bell's Janitorial Supply, our friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you with any of your professional cleaning needs. Bell's Janitorial offers a full line of professional maintenance equipment, cleaning tools, and cleaners to meet your commercial cleaning challenges. Check out our website at bellclean.com or visit us in Ogden at 1776 Wall Avenue and in West Valley City. Bell's Janitorial Supply, your floor care specialist since 1964, a proud sponsor of Raptors baseball.
1-0 Raptors as we move along to the 4th inning. It'll be Josh Bell, Chris Jensen, and T.J. Jackson due up for the Raptors. So quite the start for Steven Johnson as we've hired all 9 batters that he faced. Raptors lead 1-0. For Johnson, 2 strikeouts in the first inning, 1 strikeout in the second, and 2 Ks in the third. So far he's thrown 37 pitches beyond roughly a 70-pitch count. Ogden on top, 1-0. First batter will be the designated hitter, Josh Bell. Bell grounded out to second base with the runner in scoring position in the first inning and takes a strike on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Bell's a big guy, built like a house, 6'3", 230 pounds. Fourth round pick in the 05 draft, off the end of the bat, right back to the mound. O'Sullivan bobbles it, picks it up, plenty of time to throw to first for out number 1. Bob's Car Company continues to be a great supporter of Ogden Raptors baseball. A wide variety of cars, vans, and trucks to choose from. Great cars, great people. Bob's Car Company at 3249 Wall Avenue in Ogden. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Another great day for baseball at the ballpark. Base is empty, 1 out, top of the 4th. Chris Jensen takes a fastball off the outside part of the plate, ball 1. O'Sullivan, the big righty, deals a strike on the outside corner, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, top of the 4th. Raptors 1 run on 3 hits. The Owls with no base runners in the game so far. 1-1 breaking ball. Big cut by Jensen out in front of the changeup. So it's 1-2. Jensen had a good at-bat to lead off the second inning. Singled on a 2-2 count. 1-2 breaking ball. 2 hopper to first. Schenkel's going to bring it over himself for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up center fielder T.J. Jackson. Look at the Kier Construction Pioneer League scoreboard. No score between Billings and Missoula. That game in the bottom of the second. Great Falls scored 1 run in each of the first 2 innings to take a 2-0 lead against Helena. That game's moved along to the 3rd inning. And in Idaho Falls, Chuckers lead the Casper Rockies 1-0. First pitch to Jackson, the breaking ball low and away, ball 1. 1 ball and no strike to count to E.J. Jackson. Struck out swinging in his first at bat. That one hit hard to the left side. Backhander play by the shortstop now. Go to first deep. Jackson to the bag. Another 1-2-3 innings for Sean O'Sullivan. As we move to the bottom of the fourth, Dodson on top 1-0 on 1430 KLO.
On the dial, AM 1430, our call letters KLO, Ogden, Provo, Salt Lake City, World Class Talk, 1430 KLO.
Saddle up them horses. We're riding into town. I'm tired of eating beans. It's starting to get me down. I've had about all of this cooking I'm going to take. We're riding the Ruby River. Have ourselves a steak.
Ruby River Steakhouse. It started with a love of the West. Wide open spaces. Still, starry nights. The twang of an acoustic guitar by a crackling campfire. But mostly, the mouth-watering taste of a Cook's savory secret blend of spices. And now there's a brand new summer menu with lighter fare, like crisp salads, fall off the bone ribs, and barbecue salmon.
Now, when you get to thinking your cooks are needing a rest, when things are getting a little hectic, well, here's what I suggest. Ride on into Ruby River. You deserve a little break. I can guarantee you'll never eat a better steak.
Ruby River Steakhouse. Voted Utah's best time and again. Salt Lake, Sandy, Riverdale, and Provo.
And come hungry.
Sure, checking at Wells Fargo is free, but it's extremely convenient as well. After all, you also get Wells Fargo locations and free ATMs wherever you need them. A Wells Fargo ATM and check card, a no-fee credit card with overdraft protection, free online banking from the leading internet banks, even discounted loan rates. Open a Wells Fargo free checking account today and get everything you need to help you reach your next stage. Wells Fargo, the next stage.
Raptors on top 1-0 as we move along the bottom of the fourth inning. Eric Knight from home of the Owlz Stadium, glad to have you with us. Stephen Johnson on the mound, pitching a gem so far. Retired all 9 batters that he's faced. Already 5 strikeouts, now tied for the league lead at 14 with Eric Cordier of Idaho Falls. Go back to the top of the order for the Owls. Ryan Mound at the plate. Takes ball one inside on the fastball. Abel Nieves on deck. Scott Kanazik in the hole. This one a broken bat popper right to the second baseman Juan Rivera. An easy play for the first out of the inning. So that makes it now 10 up, 10 down for Stephen Johnson. And the second baseman, Abel Nieves, coming up. Nieves struck out swinging on a full count in his first at bat. A 250 hitter on the season. No home runs, 6 RBIs. Can't catch up to the first pitch fastball in on the hand. Strike one. Raptors on top 1-0. 1 out, base is empty, bottom of the fourth. Strike one pitch by Johnson, misses high, ball one. Johnson's the righty, into the windup. 1-1 curveball, swung on and missed, strike two. Nieves swinging right over the top of that pitch. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. So for Johnson, 1 more strikeout, and he'd be the league leader. 1-2 pitch, curveball, hit over the head of Juan Rivera at second base into right field. So the first hit of the game comes with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. That one a hanging breaking ball. Nieves waited for it. The curveball up in the zone and promptly slapped it into right field for the first hit of the game for the Orem Owls. Stay tuned for the 6th inning. We'll have the Katrubis Automotive Team Trivia question. The question is based on which stadium we're playing in. Get the questions from their big league ball club. So last night, the Chuckers, parent club of the Royals. Tonight we'll have an Angels trivia question. And that one almost hitting Scott Kanazik, a fastball, brushing him back off the plate. So it's 1-0. First time Johnson's worked out of the stretch tonight with Nieves on at first base, being held on by Perez. The rest of the infield is double play depth. This one a ground right in between the legs of Johnson. Rivera, the second baseman, steps on the bag, throw to first in time. The 4-3 double play to end the inning. And at the end of 4, Raptors still on top 1-0. We'll be back after this on 1430 KLO.
Buying a new car shouldn't be like a scavenger hunt.
Go to one dealership and pick up a brochure.
Go to another clear across town for a test drive. Then it's on to that other dealer to find out about the new incentive program that could save you. And then it's back to the first dealer again to stop the insanity. Wouldn't it be simpler if you could just find the car dealers you wanted all in one place? Welcome to Westland Ford at 3450 Wall Avenue in Ogden. At Westland Ford, we have an incredible selection of award-winning Ford vehicles, or choose from our huge selection of certified late model cars and trucks, too. They're all in one place. All just for you. So instead of spending your time driving all over town, come to the one place where you can find it all. We'd like to thank you for supporting us, whether you're from Ogden, Weaver County, or the surrounding areas. Westland Ford, family owned and operated since 1979 at 3450 Wall Avenue in Ogden.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there is more than just a slogan to your local State Farm agent. It's a way of life. From supporting community events to serving your insurance needs, you can count on State Farm to be a good neighbor. For car, home, life, or health insurance, your State Farm agent always delivers affordable coverage that's backed by the good neighbor service that State Farm made famous. Call your local State Farm agent today. This Raptors broadcast is brought to you by your local State Farm agent, providing insurance and financial services. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
On to the 5th inning at home of the Owlz Stadium in Orem. Raptors a 1-0 lead, 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. The Owls no runs on 1 hit with 1 error. Got their first hit of the game off starter Steven Johnson. They blew single into right field, but then Johnson got Scott Van Slyke to promptly ground into a 4-3 inning-ending double play. So 1-0 Raptors. Carlos Madero will lead it off. On deck, Juan Rivera. In the hole back to the top of the order, Ryan Rogowski. Only run of the game scored by Justin Fuller in the first inning. Scored on a throwing error by the shortstop Ryan Mount on an Eduardo Perez grounder. Madero at the plate, crouched down the right-handed bat, a wide open stance pointing towards the third base bag, and he calls for time. No action in the Raptors bullpen. Orem with right-hander David Pellegrini warming up. First pitch, a breaking ball way outside, ball 1. Madero flew out to left field on an 0-2 count in his first at-bat. Sun setting across the field from right to left. Now the entire infield in the shadows. Another breaking ball, swung on and missed. Strike 1. 1-1 to Carlos Madero, sitting an even 100 on the season. One of 2 catchers on the Raptors roster. Madero, along with John Martin, have been alternating starts. 1-1, a third breaking ball in a row. Misses high, ball 2. So I guess O'Sullivan's going to keep on throwing the hook until he can see Madero hit it. 2 balls, 1 strike, fastball in on the hands, slow roller to third. Phillips charges, plenty of time to just throw to first base. That's out, number 1. In the top of the 7th in Minnesota, Dodgers getting blown out 9-2. Another home run in the game, though, for L.A. Nomar Garciaparra already hit one in the 4th inning. Then a solo shot for Jeff Kent in the 7th. That's the 9th on the year for Jeff Kent. 1 away, Juan Rivera swinging at the first pitch. It's fouled at the plate, 0-1. Rivera has one of the 3 Raptors hits in the ball game. A 2-out single in the 2nd inning. He was left on the bases. And way out in front of that off-speed pitch, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Juan Rivera. 1 out, bases empty, top of the 5th. Raptors lead by 1. The strike 2 pitch by O'Sullivan. Misses off the outside part of the plate. Little low as well. Ball 1. Rivera's been on a bit of a tear from the plate. Hitting .500 on the year. Went 3 for 4 last night. 2 for 3 the night before. And the 1-2 pitch, a curveball hit right into the Raptors dugout. Hope everyone's all right. No screen in front of the dugout, just a little fence that balls will go through. So you see all the guys leaning up on the wall have to duck down to get out of the way of that one. Another 1-2 pitch, a fastball high and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Sullivan has good movement on his pitches. Fastball moving away from left-handed batters. Also a good curveball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. It's fastball hit into the air to right field down the line. Luis Rivera over in fair territory to make the play. And 2 away. Crittenden Glass features complete glass service. Fast mobile service to your home or office with 45 years experience in the glass business. Serving Weaver, Davis, Morgan, and Box Elder counties, Crittenden Glass at 258 24th Street in Ogden. So with 2 away, bases empty in the top of the 5th. Raptors still leading by 1. Back to the top of the order, Ryan Rogowski takes a strike right down the middle, 0-1. Rogowski playing in left field. Has flown out to left and grounded out to second. Rips that one foul, pulled it over the right field seat. Makes it no balls and 2 strikes. O'Sullivan has pitched well. The run that was given up is not charged to him, and he strikes out Rogowski on 3 pitches. So at the end of 4 1/2, the Raptors still holding on to a 1-0 lead. We'll be back after this on 1430 KLO.
Welcome to 60 Seconds with Ray, sponsored by America First Credit Union's dedicated savings account.
We live in what I call a wishy-wishy society. I wish I had a nicer home. I wish I had a better car. I wish I could save money for college so I didn't have to be an attack dog dummy for a living. But instead of saving for our goals, we lay there feeling sorry for ourselves while the police Doberman gnaws on our arms. It's time to take the dog by the ears and say, I can save. I deserve a career that doesn't involve dog saliva and full-body protective gear. Time to let someone else be the dummy with the bite marks.
60 Seconds with Ray has been sponsored by the America First Dedicated Savings Account. You choose how much to save each month, how long to deposit, with an amazing certificate account rate. Go to AmericaFirst.com, call 1-800-999-3961, or visit your America First Credit Union, where members come first. Member NCUA.
Are you earning $20 an hour or more? If not, you'll want to consider the Ogden Weaver Applied Technology College as your pathway to success. With employers eager to hire our students, you'll find a great-paying job in business, construction, manufacturing, or health and service occupations. Training takes as little as 12 to 18 months, and you can start any Monday. Visit our website at www.owatc.com or call 626-8300 for details. The Ogden Weaver ATC can help you get in, get out, and get hired.
Raptors 1-0 lead as we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Steven Johnson, second good start in a row, has only thrown 45 pitches through the first 4 innings. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for the Owlz. Darryl Sales on deck, P.J. Phillips, Brooks Schenkel in the hole. So far, Steven Johnson has only had to face 3 batters in each of the first 4 innings. Big swing and a miss by Sales at a breaking ball low and away. Strike 1. Sales struck out swinging on a 2-2 count to lead off the 2nd inning. Strike on the inside corner, 0-2. Johnson able to locate his breaking pitch as well as his fastball. Awfully tough when he's doing both of those. Just outside with a fastball. Johnson thought he might have had that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bases empty with no outs in the bottom of the 5th. This one fouled at the plate by Darryl Sales, so he'll stay alive. The count will be 1-2. Sales on the season hitting .263. No home runs and 3 RBIs. Played last season in the Arizona League. Check swing at the breaking ball, and he went around strike 3. So another strikeout for Steven Johnson, Second time he puts down Darryl Sales swinging. And now gives Johnson 6 in the contest and 15 on the season. He's your new Pioneer League strikeout leader. One away, base is empty. Raptors a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th. DJ Phillips, the batter, swinging at the first pitch, fouled fast over the press box, out of play, 0-1. Watching the pitch count, Johnson just hit 50 pitches. Will be around 70 on the game. This is low with the fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Infield at their normal depth. Outfield playing Phillips to pull the ball. Pops it up shallow center field. E.J. Jackson coming in, waving everyone off. And that's out, number 2. Look at the Kier Construction Pioneer League scoreboard. Missoula leading Billings 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Still Great Falls 2-0 over Helena in Helena. And Idaho Falls at home has scored the only run of the game. They lead 1-0 in the 3rd. Raptors on top 1-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. With 2 outs and the base is empty. Brooks Schenkel takes ball 1 inside. Johnson likes the side. And the 1-0 pitch, curveball, swung on and missed. Strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Schenkel. Hop down to second base to end the 2nd inning. With 2 outs, the 1-1 pitch, fouled back and out of play. Schenkel laid on the fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Steven Johnson has faced the minimum number of batters. 1-2 pitch, curveball, called strike 3 on the outside corner. So that's now 7 strikeouts in the game for Steven Johnson. And at the end of 5, it's Ogden on top 1-0 on 1430 KLO.
The Timber Mine Steakhouse invites you to come in and enjoy an evening of dining at the mine. A unique atmosphere of an old mine complements the fabulous food. They specialize in prime rib, steak, seafood, and chicken. They're open every evening at 5 p.m. Barbecue nights are on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Reservations are taken for groups of 10 or more. Phone 393-2155 or visit the Timber Mine at www.timbermine.com.
You wanna drive a Saturn? Yeah, from the cabin of Salt Lake in Orem. Wanna drive a Saturn? From the cabin of Riverdale too. You wanna drive a Saturn?
Right now at Saturn of Salt Lake, Orem, and Riverdale, you can lease the award-winning Ion for $99 a month. Hi, I'm Jeff Westphal, inviting you to come in to drive the car that more people repurchase than any other car made. Lease a brand new 2006 Saturn Ion for $99 a month for 24 months. Or Saturn still has 0% financing. We're so confident in our products, we offer the Engines for Life program on our new and used vehicles, which means if you service your vehicle at our facility, we'll guarantee your engine for as long as you own it. Lease a Saturn for $99 a month and get Engines for Life. Come see us for details at Saturn of Salt Lake, Orem, and Riverdale. At Saturn, we're treating people like always and building cars like never before.
On to the 6th inning in Orem. Raptors a 1-0 lead over the Orem Owlz. And this is for the starter for the Owlz. Sean O'Sullivan goes 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was an unearned run in the first inning. No walks and 3 strikeouts. Tom Costin will bring in right-handed reliever David Pellegrini. 6'3", 200 pounds from Norwood, Massachusetts. Drafted in the 11th round of the 2006 draft, born in November 1984. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Raptors. Justin Fuller, Jesus Soto will bat second, and Eduardo Perez will bat third here in the inning. Raptors 1 run on 3 hits. The Owlz no runs on 1 hit, have been shut down by Steven Johnson. Faced the minimum number of batters and has struck out 7 in the first 5 innings. Ball 1 outside to Justin Fuller. 1 for 2 on the night, scored the only run of the game. And takes a strike at the knees. A fastball evens up the count at 1-1. Fuller bats left, throws right. Takes a breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Fuller had a 1-out double in the first inning. And then came into scoring a throwing error by the Owlz shortstop Ryan Mount on a Eduardo Perez grounder. Rips this one a one-hopper. Nice backhanded play by Brooks Schenkel at first base. Trot on over to the bag for the first out of the inning. That one would have been the second base hit of the game for Fuller. Instead, a web gem quality play by Schenkel for out number 1. That'll bring up third baseman Jesus Soto. Soto struck out swinging in the first inning and popped out to third in the third. Base is empty, 1 out, top of the 6th. 1-0 Raptors with the lead. First pitch by Pellegrini. Soto bunts it foul down the first baseline. No balls and 1 strike. David Pellegrini's only pitched 1 inning on the season. A scoreless inning in which he struck out the side. Big curveball, slow roller to the third baseman Phillips. Barehand play, throw to first, not in time. So Jesus Soto, it's the 4th hit of the game for the Raptors. An infield single with 1 out here in the 6th. Don't know how Soto even got the bat on that ball. It was a sharp breaking curveball moving away from the right-handed batter off the very tip of the bat. Pretty much in no man's land. DJ Phillips made a nice effort, but Soto with good speed on board. First pitch to Perez is outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strike to count. 1 out, top of the 6th. Runner on at first base is Jesus Soto. Hasn't attempted a stolen base so far tonight. 13 for 14 last year. Strike on the outside corner to Perez. 1 ball and 1 strike. That time Pellegrini almost falling over on the pitch. Had to put his right hand down so he didn't fall on the seat of his pants. Got it in there for a strike. That one way outside brings Kanazik out of his crouch. 2-1. Perez reached on the throwing error in the first inning that allowed the only run of the game, and then grounded out to first base to end the third. Throw over to first base, Soto back easily. Now back on the mound, Pellegrini. Out of the stretch, runner not going. Big swing and a miss by Perez. Evens up the count at 2-2. Infield playing at double play depth. Soto being held on by Schenkel at first base. Perez, the switch hitter, batting left-handed. Pulls this right to the first baseman Schenkel. Only plays a walk over to first base. Jesus Soto to second base with 2 outs. And the DH Josh Bell coming up. Time for tonight's Katrubas Automotive Team Trivia question. How many no-hitters did Nolan Ryan throw while he was with the California Angels? How many no-hitters did Nolan Ryan have while he was pitching for the Angels? Give you a hint, Nolan Ryan threw 7 career no-hitters. First pitch to Bell swinging, ground to second base. Nieves had it, dropped it, picked it up, throw to first in time for the third out of the inning. Raptors no runs on 1 hit, leave a runner on in scoring position. And at the end of 5.5, it's still 1-0 Ogden on 1430 KLO.
If you don't know the rules, you can't win the game. So walking into court to represent yourself is like playing hopscotch in a minefield. Your day in court could be very costly. A DUI conviction could ruin your life. If you're going to drink, don't drive. It's just that simple. If you are arrested for DUI, don't compound your mistake by not being adequately represented. You need to call Kelly Carton, Utah's most aggressive DUI representation. Call 801-627-1110 or 801-328-1110.
I'm Kelly Carton, reminding you to drink responsibly. That means don't drink and drive. If you do, and you're arrested, knowing what I know about Utah's DUI laws, I'd call me.
Say the wrong thing? Choose the wrong attorney? Play it safe. Get the help you need with a DUI arrest. Touch Kelly Carton, Utah's most aggressive DUI defense attorney. Call 801-627-1110 or 801-328-1110.
Hello, Jim. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to investigate the claims made by Tanger Insurance about the rates they offer on new insurance plans. Compare the coverages they offer to your current plans and report back to me. Tanger Insurance, 3919 Riverdale Road in Ogden. Call 627-1113, 930 South State in Clearfield. Call 773-1400. Good luck, Jim.
On to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Raptors still leading 1-0 down in Orem. Quite the start for Steven Johnson. Struck out 9 batters in his first outing. That was here at home of the Owlz Stadium 5 days ago. Here tonight has faced the minimum number of batters through the first 5 innings. Leading off, Tyler Johnson. On deck, Luis Rivera. In the hole, Peter Bourjos. That one off the end of the bat, a foul ball over the right field seat. 0-1 to Tyler Johnson. So a Johnson and Johnson matchup. Even got Tyler to ground out back to the mound to start off the third inning. Strike one pitch, blows a fastball by him, strike two. That one right on the hands. Now Johnson up in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Base is empty in the bottom of the sixth, and that fastball misses high, ball 1. Coming into the game, Tyler Johnson hitting .462, no home runs, 2 runs batted in. 1-2 pitch off the hands, and one fouled into the seats. Looks like someone will get a souvenir. Now 60 pitches for Johnson, no action in the Raptors bullpen. And the righties into the windup. The 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball, just low, ball 2. That one a good-looking pitch right there by Steven Johnson. Working quickly. Back with the 2-2 breaking ball. Flat foul again by Tyler Johnson. It'll stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Minnesota leading the LA Dodgers 9-2 in the top of the 8th inning in Minnesota. 2-2 pitch, a fastball. They're going to say it hit Tyler Johnson. If it did, it wasn't by very much. Pitch was inside, around the upper part of the leg. So that's the first hit batter of the game. Only the second base runner for the Orem Owlz. Now with Johnson on at first base, Luis Rivera at the plate. No outs, bottom of the sixth. Raptors lead 1-0. Rivera showing bunt, bunts it down the first baseline. As soon as it goes foul, Perez, the first baseman, snatches it up. So it's 0-1 to Rivera. Now the answer to tonight's Katrubas Automotive Team Trivia question. Question was, how many no-hitters did Nolan Ryan pitch while he was with the California Angels? The answer is 4. 2 in 1973, 1 in 1974, and 1 in June 1975. Ryan has 4 of the 6 in Angels history. Curveball, swing and a miss, runner going, throw down to second base, not in time. So the Owls will have their first runner in scoring position. Tyler Johnson's second stolen base on the year. That eliminates the double play ball. And it's 0-2 to Luis Rivera. Johnson picked a good pitch to go on. It was a curveball that was low. Got a good jump on him. Not much of a chance for Madera to throw him out. Runner going again. Johnson throws to Soto at third base. And he's got a nice play by Steven Johnson. Buried his delivery that time. Caught Tyler Johnson trying to steal third base. Has to walk by his manager, Tom Kochman, standing there motionless. So that's the first out of the inning. Still an 0-2 count. One away to Luis Rivera. And the pitch is swung on and missed. Strike three. So still, Steven Johnson has faced the minimum number of batters. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, brings up center fielder Peter Bourjos. Now 8 Ks on the game for Johnson, 17 on the season. Guy's a strikeout machine. First pitch inside at the knees to Bourjos, ball 1. Still no action in the Raptors bullpen. Looks like right now they're just going to let Johnson keep plucking away at it. Strike at the knees. Evens it up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Base is empty in the bottom of the 6th. Raptors lead with 1 run on 4 hits. Owlz no runs on 1 hit. There's a strike, a curveball over the plate past the knees. 1-2. Bourjos struck out swinging in his only bat of the game. That to end the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch by Johnson. That curveball got away from him, and we've got a deuces count. Braves beat the Yankees in Yankee Stadium by a score of 4-1. Detroit on top of Houston 4-0. That game's the final. And the deuces pitch by Johnson. Curveball, grounder to second base. Easy play for Juan Rivera, and that does it for the 6th inning. So Johnson has faced 18 batters. He's sent 18 down. Raptors 1 run on 4 hits. Lead the Owls no runs on 1 hit. At the end of 6, we'll be back right after this on 1430 KLO.
Business loans, this is Nancy.
Yeah, Nancy, I'm looking to get a loan to help my business expand. Our Layton location is very successful.
Layton, New Jersey?
No, Layton, Utah. Do you have a branch in Cherry Lane? I do my banking with you. Anyway, we want to open locations in Ogden and Sandy.
Just a moment. Ogden, Arkansas, and Sandy, Oregon.
Arkansas, Oregon?
There's an Ogden, Iowa, and a Sandy, Texas.
Nancy, I'm in Utah.
Oh, I got a big Sandy, Tennessee, right here.
Nancy, where are you?
At the Business Loan Division in Midvale.
Your headquarters are in Midvale?
Of course not. Just the Business Loan Division is here in Midvale, Ohio. Our headquarters are in St. George.
I'm afraid to ask. St. George?
Bermuda.
Looking for a bank that understands the unique needs of your Utah business? A bank that conducts business with a personal touch? That's Bank of Utah. Flexible terms, low rates, and business loan professionals that speak your language. After all, we are Utah. To learn more, visit any Bank of Utah office or call 1-800-516-5559. Bank of Utah. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
You know, they say the most important thing you'll ever buy.
If you don't know the rules,
The second thing is your car. It is so important for you to buy your car, van, or truck from someone you can trust that has been in business for years and has a professional staff where you know you can get a great deal at a fair price. Bob's pre-owned vehicles are like new. See for yourself. Stop by Bob's Car Company at 3249 Wall Avenue in Ogden and test drive one of the cars you like. I'll bet you'll be a proud owner of a new car from Bob's Car Company.
Top of the 7th inning. Raptors with a 1-0 lead. A strong outing for the starter, Steven Johnson. Faced 18 batters. That's the minimum through the first 6. Chris Jensen, DJ Jackson, and Carlos Madero duo for the Raptors. First pitch to Jensen's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. David Pellegrini into the windup. Again, a fastball. This time it's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Chris Jensen. Fouls off that pitch onto the left field grassy area. Makes it a 1-2 count. Jensen singled the lead off the 2nd inning and grounded out to first in the 4th. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Beautiful evening for baseball. 76 degrees. No wind on a clear evening in Orem. Fastball, grounder up the middle. Ryan Mount moving to his left. Throw to first in time for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up center fielder DJ Jackson. Turn 2 and make the double play. Save $20 off on your next service call or save $20 off on your next tune-up. That's 2 ways to save $20 only with Barlow Heating and Air. Call 621-2725 for details. One away, base is empty. Top of the 7th inning. Raptors lead by 1. And that's a curveball on the outside corner. Strike one to DJ Jackson. Jackson 0 for 2 on the night. Strikeout and a ground out. Came into the game hitting .267. Another curveball catches the outside corner. And it's quickly 0-2 to Jackson. David Pellegrini came in on relief of Sean O'Sullivan, who went 5 innings, gave up 1 unearned run on 3 hits, no walks and 3 strikeouts. That fastball well outside of the zone in the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jackson. Right-handed batter against the right-handed pitcher, and he goes down swinging for the second time tonight. Takes the curveball out of the zone, started out over the plate. Jackson not happy about that at bat, yelling something back to the home plate umpire on his way back to the dugout. That's now 4 in a row retired by Pellegrini. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th, and catcher Carlos Madero at the plate. First pitch fastball misses low and away, ball 1. Madero's thrown out to left and grounded out to third. It just went hard into left field. It's going to drop in front of Darryl Sales. So a 2-out base hit for Carlos Madero will bring up the second baseman, Juan Rivera. That one a hanging breaking ball up in the zone. It was moving away from Madero, but not one of the good breaking pitches by Pellegrini. And Madero capitalizes as his first hit of the game. 1-0 from the Raptors in the top of the 7th. 1 run on 5 hits, no errors. Owlz no runs on 1 hit, 1 error. Juan Rivera takes an off-speed pitch high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Brooks Schenkel's going to hold the runner on at first base. It'll be the second time that Pellegrini's had to operate out of the stretch. 1-0, ball 2 on the outside corner. 2 balls and no strikes. Still no action in the Raptors bullpen. Orem has a lefty warming up. It's Barrett Browning. 2 outs, runner on at first base. Madero. Raptors on top 1-0. Rivera hits that fastball foul over the left field seat. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Look at the Kier Construction Pioneer League scoreboard. Missoula leading Billings 1-0 at home. That game's in the 5th inning. 3-2 Great Falls over Helena. Breaking ball misses high. Now a 3-1 count to Juan Rivera. And the other game between Casper and Idaho Falls, Chuckers leading the Rockies 1-0. That one inside, ball 4 to Juan Rivera. So with 2 outs, Carlos Madero singles to left field. He's now on to second base after Juan Rivera walks on 5 pitches. Now Ogden back to the top of the order. Ryan Rogowski coming up. Rogowski struggled tonight, 0 for 3. Fly out to left, a ground out, and a strikeout. It will be the first time that he's seen the righty, David Pellegrini. But before he can head home, Rogowski calls for time. Madero, the lead runner at second base, singled, and Juan Rivera walked. He's the runner at first base. Rogowski, the left-handed bat, takes a fastball low, ball 1. And now that'll prompt a visit out to the mound by Scott Kanazic. On this date in baseball history in 1939, the Boston Bees and the Brooklyn Dodgers played for 5 hours and 15 minutes. Whitlow Wyatt, starter for Brooklyn, pitched 16 innings. The game ended in a 2-2 tie after 23 innings when the game was called because of darkness. 1-0 the count, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Breaking ball misses high. It's now 2-0 to Rogowski. Raptors lead 1-0. 1 run on 5 hits, no errors. Now no run on 1 hit and 1 error. Only run of the game came in the first inning. Justin Fuller scored on a throwing error by the shortstop. Had a play at second base, safe. Madero taking a big lead. The shortstop now came from behind him. Perfectly timed up play with Pellegrini. 2 balls and no strikes. And that's ball 3 low. On deck, shortstop Justin Fuller. Pellegrini retired 5 of the first 6 batters he faced. Then with 2 outs here in the 7th, gave up a single to Madero, then walked Juan Rivera on 5 pitches, now down 3-0 to Ryan Rogowski, and he walked him to load up the bases. And that'll prompt Tom Kochman to come out to the mound, and he's going to make a pitching change. Raptors have the bases loaded in the top of the 7th inning, and Justin Fuller coming up. This pitching change is brought to you by Tom Stanger Insurance, an independent insurance agent. When it's time to change your insurance, Tom can choose the insurance coverage tailored to your exact needs. Tom Stanger in Ogden and Layton. Bases loaded for the Raptors, 2 outs, top of the 7th inning, and Ogden on top 1-0. We'll have Justin Fuller at the plate when we come back on 1430 KLO.
At Weber Audiology, we don't imply anything. We'll even match or better any advertised price for the same model. We have analog and digital hearing aids in several models and styles and sizes. Most of our digital models include a complete 3-year warranty and a 2-year supply of batteries. We provide quality instruments from Siemens, Rexton, Sonic Innovation, and all assessments and fittings are completed by certified audiologists using calibrated instrumentation. For all your hearing needs, call Weber Audiology at 627-3001.
The 1920s, 30s, the 40s, 50s, the 1960s, the 70s, 80s.
Mr. Gorbachev teared down this wall.
The 1990s.
I did not have
the new millennium.
These are good days in the history of freedom.
For nearly 80 years, 1430 KLO has been a Utah broadcast tradition. Today's world-class talk, 1430 KLO, is in a better position than ever to serve you. Our powerful, updated signal serves a wide broadcast area, and KLO has put all of today's incredible technology to work for you so we can offer you the best coverage of up-to-the-minute news, traffic, weather, business, and sports. Plus, 1430 KLO features the freshest, most compelling lineup of world-class talk show hosts on the air, anywhere. World-class talk, 1430 KLO.
Bases loaded for the Raptors in the top of the 7th inning. Owlz make a pitching change. They bring in a left-hander, Barrett Browning, draft pick in this year's draft out of Florida State, 6'1", 198, and then Lance Harris, the Raptors manager, makes a change on his own. Justin Fuller, the left-handed bat, was due up. Instead, he calls for Rick Tolo with the big righty to come off the bench. So 2 outs, bases loaded. Raptors lead 1-0. And at the first pitch fastball in the outside corner, strike 1 to Rick Toloa. Toloa on the season, hitting .278, no home runs, 2 RBIs. The big guy at 6'4", 275. With 2 outs, strike 1 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. Browning threw him a changeup in the dirt. Toloa chased it, and he's down, no balls and 2 strikes. Lead runner at third base, Carlos Madero. Juan Rivera at second. Ryan Rogowski at first base. Infield's playing back. Goes the outfield with 2 outs. Raptors lead 1-0 in the top of the 7th. Here's the strike 2 pitch, and it hit Rick Toloa in the leg, so that'll bring in a run. A curveball hit Toloa right on his left foot. That brings in Carlos Madero from third base, and it's 2-0 Raptors. So Toloa taking one for the team. Looks like he was trying to jump out of the way of it. Plunked him right in his foot. Looks like he'll be all right, though, especially when it gives your team a 2-run lead. So now up is Jesus Soto. Soto on the night, 1 for 3. The base is still loaded. 2 outs, a 2-0 game in the top of the 7th. Ogden Raptors lead. Now the runner at third base, Juan Rivera. At second base, Ryan Rogowski. And Rick Toloa is going to be pinch run for at first base by Michael Rivera. That means Rivera should come in to play one of the two middle infield positions, probably be at shortstop. Justin Fuller was originally due up in the 2 hole. First pitch to Soto's outside, ball 1. Bases loaded, already scored 1 run in the inning. Curveball misses low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Jesus Soto. Raptors 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Owlz no runs on 1 hit with 1 error. Soto 1 for 3 on the night, singled in his last at bat. That came in the 6th inning. Bases loaded and the 2-0 pitch by Browning fouled back into the net. It'll make it 2-1. So a chance for Ogden to bust this thing wide open with a hit here by Soto. Ogden has action in the bullpen. Looks like right-hander Joe Jones warming up. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Bases loaded, and the pitch to Soto is in the dirt. Nice job by Kanazik to keep it in front of him. And it's a 3-1 count. Eduardo Perez, a switch hitter on deck. And the Owlz in danger of forcing in the 2nd run in a row. Rick Pillow was hit by a pitch that forced in 1 run. With 2 outs, the 3-1 pitch to Soto. Wings that fastball, fouls it back into the net, and that fills up the count at 3-2. Rivera at third base, Ryan Rogowski at second, Michael Rivera at first base. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the 7th, and Jesus Soto calls for time. On the season, Soto hitting .250, 1 home run, and 6 runs batted in. Browning out of the stretch, runners going, the payoff pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. So that does it for the Raptors in the top half of the 7th inning, but they do score 1 run to take a 2-0 lead. 7th inning stretch brought to you by Julie Knighton Physical Therapy. For all your back, ache, and physical therapy needs, call Julie Knighton Physical Therapy at 479-4471. 2-0 Raptors in the middle of the 7th on 1430 KLO.
Cutler's Restaurant combines tastes from around the world with presentation that wows you and tastes even better. Cutler's offers a gluten-free, vegetarian-friendly menu and has a full wine and beer list that includes Czech lager brewed locally at Bohemian Brewery. Open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 11 to 11, and closed on Sunday. Come enjoy our great service and friendly staff at Cutler's before or after a Raptors game at 111 Historic 25th Street, or call about our full-service catering at 394-1912.
It happens to everyone at some point. Sometimes when you're younger. Sometimes when you have a few more years under your belt. You get sick or hurt, and you can't do what you'd normally do, what you'd like to do. That's why it's nice to know there's a system of hospitals and clinics that understands healing goes far beyond prescriptions and surgeries, that sees you as a person, not a medical procedure or a file number, that knows the importance of the small things as well as the large ones, that uses proven, best methods of treatment, that is recognized as among the best by the best, which means you're more likely to be able to go on doing what you do every day, living life as you want to live it. Intermountain Healthcare. Healing for life.
So that's it for the starter. Steven Johnson comes out of the game after pitching 6 innings. Raptors with a 2-0 lead. Joey Nerito, the righty, will come in to replace Johnson. Only had to face 18 batters to get the first 18 outs. Gives up no runs on 1 hit, 6 innings of work for Steven Johnson. No walks and 8 strikeouts. So 2-0 Raptors to start off the bottom of the 7th. Ryan Mount, Abel Nieves, and Scott Kanazik to lead it off. Ryan Mount takes the first pitch fastball outside, and then out in front of a changeup. Evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Joey Nerito, short righty, 5'10", 180 pounds. 48th round pick in the 2004 draft. Throws a breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Norito from Davie, Florida, spent last season in the Gulf Coast League. So far here in 2006, pitched 1 2/3 innings, giving up no runs, no hits. Chopper to first base, an easy play for Perez for the first out of the inning. So the defensive changes for the Raptors. Michael Rivera came in a pinch run for Rick Taloa after Taloa pinch hit for Justin Fuller. Michael Rivera now at second base. Juan Rivera's moved from second to short. One away, still a 2-0 lead for the Raptors. Abel Nieves takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. So across the infield for Ogden, Perez, Michael Rivera, Juan Rivera, and Jesus Soto. That pitch misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Nieves. And the only hit of the game for the Owls. And he's out in front of an off-speed pitch, strike 2. The Owls had 2 base runners against Johnson. Nieves singled in the 4th. Then the next batter, Kanazic, grounded into a 4-3 inning double play. The other base runner, Tyler Johnson, who was hit by a pitch to lead off the 6th inning, stole second base and then was caught stealing third. Pitch is high and outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 1 out, the pitch by Norito gets softly into left field. That's going to drop in front of Ryan Rogowski. So a 1-out base hit by Nieves brings up the catcher, Scott Kanazic. Scores around the big leagues. Finals in interleague games. Boston over the New York Mets, 9-4. Carlos Delgado, Carlos Beltran each hit their 21st home runs of the season. Detroit beats Houston 4-0. Roger Clemens now 0-2 on the season. Braves beat the Yankees in New York 5-2. First pitch low to Kanazic, ball 1. Runner in first base, Nieves. Stolen 1 base in 1 attempt on the season, being held on by Perez. The rest of the Raptors infield is at double play depth. Got a grounder up the middle. Juan Rivera steps on the bag. Easy throw to first in time. It's an inning-ending 6-3 double play. At the end of 7, it's the Raptors still on top 2-0. Stay with us right here on 1430 KLO.
Americans are used to paying a little more for convenience. $5 extra for the guy to bring the pizza to your house. A higher price tag on the aspirin at the convenience store. More per gallon when the guy puts the gas in the car for you. But Allstate actually charges you less to make things more convenient. If you insure your house and your car with Allstate, you'll save money. Up to 10% off the auto bill and 15% off the home insurance. If you ever need to use that insurance, you'll have the convenience of having only one agent to call. The Allstate Home and Auto Discounts. More convenient, more reasonable. You shouldn't have to pay more for convenience. That's Allstate stands.
For more information, call your local Allstate insurance agent. Shane Charlesworth at 774-5535. Mike Hinckley at 334-7020. Rick Nelson at 774-0748. Mark Hines at 394-5334. Or Craig Moore at 621-3680.
Summertime, a great time of the year. Baseball, hot dogs, and apple pie. Don't let car problems take the fun out of summer. Tom Reynolds at Family Transmission has the experience and expertise to get and keep your car, foreign or domestic, in top condition. Tom Reynolds has a one-man shop so you get personal attention. Tom's goal is to do quality repair on your car that will keep you as a satisfied, long-term customer. Easy to find. Turn off Wall Avenue onto 2nd Street, just west of the Big Water Tower. Look for Family Transmission.
Raptors shutting out the Orem Owls in Orem by a score of 2-0. As we move along to the top of the 8th inning, it'll be Eduardo Perez, Josh Bell, and Chris Jensen due up for the Raptors. Ogden scored 1 run in the top of the 7th. Carlos Madero came in to score with the bases loaded after Rick Taloa, a pinch hitter, was hit by a pitch on his leg. And with the bases loaded, Jesus Soto was struck out by Barrett Browning. Browning out to start his 2nd inning of work. Lefty misses off the outside part of the plate. Ball 1 to Eduardo Perez. Browning 6 foot 198 pounds, 28th round pick in this year's draft out of Florida State from Jessup, Georgia, born in December 1984. This is again outside with the fastball. Makes it 2-0 to Perez. This one a grounder to short. Now waits for it. Bunny hop, throw to first. 4 out, number 1. Are you thinking of having a custom home built? From site preparation to turning on the lights, Revolutionary Homes can help you every step of the way. Let them create the home of your dreams. Put your ideas in motion by contacting Revolutionary Homes in Layton. A revolution in home building. 2-0 Raptors. Base is empty. Top of the 8th. And Bell can't catch up to the fastball. Strike 1. Final score in Minnesota. Twins over the Dodgers 9-2. Strike at the knees. No balls. And 2 strikes to Josh Bell. 1 out. Base is empty. Top of the 8th. And just outside with the fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Raptors lead 2-0 on the road in the top of the 8th inning. Browning the lefty into the windup, heads home, and it's called strike 3 on the inside corner. Scott Bell with the fastball on 4 pitches. So now 2 away, and the right fielder Chris Jensen coming up. Look at the Kier Construction Pioneer League scoreboard. Missoula leads Billings 1-0. That game in the 5th inning. Great Falls on the road in Helena on top 4-3. And the other game in the South Division, Idaho Falls leading Casper at home 3-1. That game in the 6th. 2-0 here in Orem. Strike 1 to Chris Jensen. Chased a breaking ball out of the zone. No balls and 1 strike. And hits this one hard into center field. Bourjos charging, not going to get to it. So it's a 2-out single for Chris Jensen. That one threw him a breaking ball. Didn't break. Hung up in the zone on the inner third of the plate. And Jensen went with it. Hit it right back up the middle in front of Bourjos. So now the 6th hit of the game for the Raptors. With 2 away and a runner on at first base, brings up the center fielder, DJ Jackson. Jackson 0 for 3 on the night. 2 strikeouts and a ground out to short. Grounding out of the stretch, fakes the throw over to first base. Even though the first baseman, Brooks Schenkel, is not on the bag. First pitch to Jackson, misses low and away, ball 1. Same 2 teams will play tomorrow night. Hope to have you with us right here on 1430 KLO. There'll be a 7:05 start. On the mound for the Raptors, Charles Gosney. Fastball misses high, ball 2. 2-0 to Jackson. Then we'll be back at home starting on Thursday. It'll be the start of a 5-game homestand. First 2 games against the Orem Owlz, next 3 against the Casper Rockies. Strike. Fastball on the outside corner. Makes it 2-1. You can get free general admission tickets to Thursday night's game at Westland Ford on Wall Avenue. Westland Ford night this Thursday night. Throw over to first base. Jensen back easily. 2-1 count with 1 out. Then the 1st and 2nd, that's Saturday and Sunday. Zions Bank weekend. Free GA tickets at Zions Bank branches. Jackson takes a big rip at a fastball, not close to catching up to it. Evens it up at 2-2 with 2 outs. So 1 free GA from Zions Bank will get you into Friday and Saturday night's game. Then on Monday, July 3rd, standard examiner night. Free tickets in the paper. There'll be fireworks after the game. The Deuces pitch a curveball. Got him on the outside corner. So the Raptors, no runs on 1 hit, leave Chris Jensen on at first base. In the middle of the 8th inning, Ogden still on top 2-0 on 1430 KLO.
Hey, contractors, next time you get ready to dig it, bust it, plant it, count on Cat's new line of compact machines and work tools to get the job done. Featuring skid steers, mini excavators, compact wheel loaders, and more. All built Cat tough for the guys who get their hands dirty. So go ahead, load it, drill it, call it. Because now you can count on Cat for all your equipment needs.
Visit Wheeler Machinery, the Cat rental store today, or call 1-800-RENT-CAT. Again, that's 1-800-RENT-CAT.
Hey fans, are you looking for a good car? Have previous credit problems? Need a second chance? Then have we got a deal for you. We're New Deal Used Cars, and we can help you with your credit problems. We feature a great selection of reliable used cars and friendly, courteous service, guaranteed. We finance our own loans, which means you'll buy with us and pay with us with simple, easy terms you can live with. New Deal Used Cars. Let us put you in a vehicle today at 3213 Wall Avenue in Ogden.
Network crashes, lost data, corrupt files. Computer problems can leave you stranded in the middle of nowhere. Next time, contact Mainly Business Systems. They're Microsoft certified and an IBM business partner, featuring repairs, troubleshooting, internet expertise, network setup, and hardware upgrades and supplies. They're also Northern Utah's only authorized Xerox sales and supply center. Find them in your phone book or online at mainly_business_systems.com. Mainly Business Systems, because honesty, dependability, and customer service still matter.
On the dial, AM 1430, our call letters KLO, Ogden, Provo, Salt Lake City, World Class Talk, 1430 KLO.
2-0 Raptors. Another pitching change for Ogden as we move to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cody White will come in to replace Joey Narito. White will be the third pitcher of the game. Starter Steven Johnson gives up no runs on 1 hit in 6 innings of work, no walks and 8 strikeouts. Narito came in to pitch the 7th inning, only had to face 3 batters, gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. So Cody White, the lefty, into the ball game, will face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Owls, and his first pitch is a fastball inside to Darryl Sales. TJ Phillips on deck, Brooks Schenkel in the hole. Fastball misses off the inside part of the plate on the exact same spot as the last one. Now 2-0 to Sales. The lefty White into the windup, umps the fastball by Sales, makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Cody White, known by his teammates as Whitey, the lefty, 6'3", 210 pounds. As that fastball fouled back into the net, evens it up at 2-2. Picked up in the 12th round of the 2003 draft from Texarkana, Texas. Spent last season with the Raptors. Went 1-3 with a 6.92 ERA. Fastball fouled back into the net again. It'll stay at 2-2. On the season, Cody White pitched in 2 games, 1 inning in each of those ball games. Now, figure the end of decision, an ERA of 0. This one, a weak grounder back to the mound. Whitey fields it. Spins, goes to first, brings Perez off the bag. We'll see if that's going to be an error on Cody White. Nonetheless, the Owls have their leadoff batter on board. It's going to be charged in E1. Throwing error on the pitcher, Cody White. So with no outs and a runner on at first base, TJ Phillips comes to the plate. Infield will move to double play depth. Perez holding the runner on at Sales at first. White a look at first and a nasty changeup has Phillips way out in front of that pitch. Strike 1. Up the middle for the Raptors, the Riveras. Michael Rivera at second, Juan Rivera at short, Jesus Soto at third. White out of the stretch, a long look at first before heading home. It's hit up the right side of the infield for a base hit. Sales is going to stop at second base. Nice job by Chris Jensen to get it back in. And now runners on at first and second. No outs, bottom of the 8th. And the go-ahead run coming up to the plate. It's Brooks Schenkel. Only the 3rd hit of the game for the Orem Owls. Now a quick visit out to the mound by Carlos Madero. And the Raptors will get some action in the bullpen. And now Craig Bjornson's going to come out to the mound. He'll bring out the entire infield. having meeting of the minds on the mound. So runners at first and second base, bottom of the 8th inning. Raptors have dominated this ball game. 2 runs on 6 hits with 1 error. Owlz no runs on 3 hits with 1 error. Too hot to cook this summer? That's not a problem. Dinner's Ready has a wide variety of delicious dinners to choose from. Just put it in the oven or microwave and your dinner is ready. It's that easy. Dinner's Ready. Just off Harrison at 1706 East, 5600 South in South Ogden. Hope you're having a pleasant evening. Shout out to everyone at home. Shanna, hope you're feeling better if you're listening. Give me a call after the game. 2-0 Raptors. No outs, bottom of the 8th inning. Cody White misses low with the curveball. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. The Raptors will try and get a few relievers up in the bullpen. Cody White giving up as many base runners as Steven Johnson did in 6th inning. Double play ball to short. Rivera flips to Rivera. Throw to first in time. A 6-4-3 double play with the first 2 outs of the inning. Darryl Sales on to third base. And the DH Tyler Johnson coming up. So a big ground out for Cody White for the Raptors. Their third double play they've turned in the game. Had a 4-3 DP, a 6-3 DP, both of those by Juan Rivera. And then that time, Rivera to Perez. So 2 outs, a runner 90 feet away from home. 2-0 Raptors in the bottom of the 8th. And a curveball is on the inside corner at the knee. Strike 1 to Johnson. Sales at third base with 2 outs and the strike 1 pitch in the dirt. Madero keeps it in front of him. It'll even it up at 1-1. White last season with the Raptors pitched 40 innings, gave up 59 hits, 31 earned runs, 27 walks, 36 strikeouts. Opposing batters hit .351 against the lefty. 1 ball, 1 strike. This one a chopper to the right side. Rivera all the way to the outfield grass. Can't make the play. That brings in Darryl Sales from third base. And the lead is cut to 2-1. So the first game for Orem comes all the way to the bottom of the 8th inning. An RBI single by Tyler Johnson. That's his third ribby of the year. And the lead is back to 1. Right fielder Luis Rivera at the plate. Struck out looking, struck out swinging in his first 2 at-bats. Those were both against the starter, Steven Johnson. First pitch is off speed, misses high, ball 1. This is the first inning for the Raptors, in which more than 3 Owlz batters have come to the plate. Rivera, the 5th batter in the inning, takes a fastball low and inside, ball 2. 2-0 to count to Luis Rivera. Runner on at first base, Tyler Johnson. Stole second base in the 6th inning and was caught stealing third base. Now makes him 2 for 3 on the season in his 10th. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 1. Winds all but died down. Sun's gone down 73 degrees here at the ballpark. With 2 outs, the 2-1 pitch is in the dirt. Nice play by Madero. Has to come out of the crouch to backhand it. And it's a 3-1 count to Rivera. Looks like Miguel Ramirez, the righty warming up in the bullpen for the Raptors. No action for the Owlz. 3 balls, 1 strike to count to Rivera. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning. Raptors with a 2-1 lead. Pitch by White off the half grounder to second. Rivera waits on it. Throw to first in time for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Raptors lead is cut in half. Darryl Sales comes in to score on an RBI single by Tyler Johnson. And at the end of 8 innings, it's the Raptors 2, the Owlz 1 on 1430 KLO.
The United
United States Air Force salutes the athletes competing in today's game. They know in sports, like in life, you have to step up to the challenge to succeed. If you have high aspirations and want to be part of another champion team, join the United States Air Force. You'll receive training in a variety of fields and become part of an elite group of men and women dedicated to the service of this great country. Call 1-800-423-USAM or log on to airforce.com. The United States Air Force. Cross into the blue.
Hitting a 98-mile-per-hour fastball is a challenge few of us get to face. If you're looking for a challenge this summer, visit Ernie Schneider's golf courses with locations in Riverdale and Ernie Schneider's Bluff in West Point. They're paradises for golfers, featuring group and company tournaments, driving ranges, pro shops, and lessons. Ernie Schneider's Riverside and Ernie Schneider's Bluff. Open year-round. To book your next family outing, company event, or picnic, find them in the Utah Book of Golf.
Ask any coach. To succeed in baseball, you need the right game plan. And it's the same with insurance. Brightweiser Insurance Services has the right plan for all your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, and health insurance. The Brightweiser Insurance team can cover your family and business with quality companies like Bear River Mutual and Safeco. For your free comparison, call 392-3100 or visit us at 4155 Harrison Boulevard in the Executive Building. Brightweiser Insurance Services, a trusted choice agency.
We've got a one-run ball game as we move along to the ninth inning. Raptors lead 2-1. 2 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. Owlz 1 run on 4 hits and 1 error. Scored their first run of the game off Cody White in the bottom of the 8th inning. Darryl Sales hit a grounder back to the mound to lead off the inning. Then a throwing error by Cody White brought Perez off the bag. Single by P.J. Phillips. Then a 4-6-3 double play. Runner at third base, Tyler Johnson, brought him in an RBI single to cut the lead at half, and it's 2-1 to start off the ninth. Carlos Madero leading it off, takes ball one outside, and can't catch up to the fastball. Evens up the count at 1-1. On deck, the switch hitting Juan Rivera, then back to the top of the order, Ryan Rogowski. Madero out in front of the changeup. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Up against the lefty Barrett Browning. The nasty breaking ball. See what he comes back with. 1-2. Fastball. A base hit to right field for Carlos Madero. Second base knock of the game for Carlos. He's now 2 for 4. Scored a run in the 7th inning. Right now, that run, the difference in the ball game. Looks like we'll have a pinch runner coming in for Carlos Madero. It's going to be Jeremy Brown in to run the bases. That means going to the bottom of the ninth, John Martin, the other catcher, will come into the game. At the plate, Juan Rivera, the switch hitters, 1 for 2 on the night. A single and a walk has been stranded on the bases both times. So Brown has good speed, the runner at first base, even though he hasn't attempted a stolen base yet this season. He'll be held on at first by Brooks Schenkel. Owlz thinking Juan Rivera is going to bunt. Now both corner infielders in on the grass. Middle of the infield at double play deck. 2-1 Raptors. Runner on at first base. No outs top of the ninth. Rivera shows bunt, pulls back. It's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Seems like Ogden's been in a lot of close games lately after blowouts at the beginning of the season. Here's the strike one pitch. Just foul down the first baseline. Rivera showed bunt, pulled back, slapped it. Couple feet fouled the first base bag. And now he's down in the count. 0-2. So I had the chance to play small ball and try and get Brown into scoring position by bunting. Now Rivera will have to do it, swinging the bat. Here's the strike 2 pitch. Good eye by Rivera. It's off the outside part of the plate. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Coming into the game, Rivera is hitting .500, no home runs, 1 RBI. Tonight, 1 for 2. Looks Brown at first. Curveball misses way outside. For ball 2, now a 2-2 count. Rivera looking over to his manager, Lance Parrish. coaching over at the third base box. Brown fakes like he's going. Chopper towards third. Phillips to Nieves to first, not in time. So Rivera running out on that play to avoid the double play. Brown's put out at second base for the first out of the inning. So one away with Rivera at first base. Raptors back to the top of the order. Ryan Rogowski coming up. That one a tough one for the Owls. Turned it about as quickly as they could. Phillips to Nieves, the second baseman. But Rivera running it out, beat the throw. So one away in the top of the ninth. Still a 2-1 lead for Ogden. Quick throw over to first base, not in time. Ryan Rogowski batting is 0 for 3 on the night. It'll be the first time that he's seen Barrett Browning. Rogowski, a fly out, a ground out, a strikeout, and a walk on 4 pitches in the 7th. Second throw in a row over to first base, and Rivera back in time again. 0 for 2 on stolen base attempts this season. With one away, the first pitch to Rogowski, a breaking ball in the inside corner, strike one. No action in the Raptors bullpen for the Orem Owls, warming up a righty. Barrett Browning came in with one out in the 7th inning. And another throw over to first base. Again, Rivera back in time. Came in with the bases loaded. Hit Rick Taloa on the foot. That forced in Carlos Madero for the Raptors' second run of the game. And struck out Jesus Soto with the bases loaded to end the 7th. This one slapped into left field. Rivera's going to go to second base on the first hit of the game for Ryan Rogowski. So the Raptors now with 2 runners on board, top of the 9th inning. And the catcher, Scott Kanazik's going to come out to the mound and have a visit. Scores around the big leagues. Kansas City over Cincinnati in a high-scoring game, 9-8. King Griffey Jr.'s 14th home run of the season. Brewers leading the Cubs 8-5. And now we're going to have a pitching change. Brought to you by Weber Audiology. Only professionals such as Larry Weber and Terry Collins have the expertise and the experience to address your exact hearing needs. Weber Audiology in the Ben Lomond Hotel. So with runners at first and second base, top of the 9th inning with 1 out, Ogden on top 2-1. Batter will be Michael Rivera when we come back on 1430 KLO.
Hey fans, want to get in shape and try something new? Then come to Pinnacle Martial Arts and Fitness. The martial arts are fun, great for your body, and teach useful mental disciplines too. And they may just come in handy for your personal protection. Pinnacle Martial Arts and Fitness is the 12th ranked martial arts school in the world, offering classes for all ages and abilities. For class information, call 773-KID. That's 773-KID. Pinnacle Martial Arts and Fitness. Be the best, train with the best.
Hey fans, when it comes to metal building construction and steel erection, there's only one name to remember. It's Elk Valley Construction. Since 1980, they've provided complete design and construction of low-maintenance metal buildings perfect for warehouses, storage units, offices, and more. They're made of the highest quality and come with a wind and snow load warranty. Whether it's commercial, industrial, or agricultural, visit them on the web at elkvalleyconstruction.com. Elk Valley Construction, a metal building for every need.
Free time is precious. The last thing you want to do is spend what little of it you have doing yard work. That's why more and more people rely on Lawn Life, the environmentally conscious company. Since 1977, they've provided the area with complete lawn fertilization, weed and insect control, tree and shrub care, and much more. Protect your turf. Let Lawn Life tackle your lawn care. For a free lawn analysis, call 621-6014. That's 621-6014. Lawn Life. They know Utah from the ground up.
Raptors with runners at first and second base, 1 out, top of the 9th inning. Batters Michael Rivera, and he pops this one up on the infield towards second base to shortstop Ryan Mounover. Almost hits the base runner Juan Rivera. So a pop out on an 0-1 count by Michael Rivera. Now 2 away, brings up the third baseman Jesus Soto. Raptors in the game have left 8 runners on base. lead by a score of 2-1. Into the game pitching for the Owls, Felipe Arredondo, 6'4" righty, 238 pounds, from Sinaloa, Mexico, signed as a free agent in 2004. Jesus Soto calls for time. Lead runner at second base is Juan Rivera. He reached on a fielder's choice, beat out a double play ball. That was followed by a Ryan Rogowski single. He's at first. Fastball brushes back Soto, 0-1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, top of the 9th inning. Soto in the game, 1 for 4. It was a single with 1 out in the 6th inning. Chases a curveball low and away outside of the zone, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count, 2 outs, top of the 9th. Raptors looking for some insurance runs. With no one warming up in the bullpen, looks like it'll be Cody White to come out and pitch tonight. And Soto again chases a curveball out of the zone, and he's now down 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ardondo's the big righty on the season. Pitched 3 1/3 scoreless innings, only giving up 1 hit. Opposing batters hitting 111 against righty. Curveball weak, grounded at first base. Schenkel's going to take it on his own and beat Soto to the bag for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Raptors, 2 hits, leave 2 runners on base. And as we move to the bottom of the 9th inning, it's 2-1 Ogden, and Miguel Ramirez is going to come try and close it out. We'll be back after this on 1430 KLO.
Hey guys, listen up. Does your significant other have a birthday coming up? Is your anniversary just around the corner? Go ahead, check your calendar, then stop by Richard's Manufacturing Jewelers. We offer a dazzling selection of fine jewelry and watches, and even offer repairs and replacements. Our friendly staff can help you find just what you're looking for. Stop by Richard's Manufacturing Jewelers in Ogden at 202 West 36th Street. Richard's Manufacturing Jewelers. Tell her you care without saying a word. With energy costs rising faster than the points on the scoreboard, now's the time to have your HVAC system serviced. Comfort Systems USA Intermountain provides service and repairs on all makes and models. Just give them a call at 801-907-6777. And if your old unit is ready to be benched, they can install a new energy-efficient system from Trane. Celebrating over 90 years of innovation, it's hard to stop a Trane. Residential or commercial, call Comfort Systems USA Intermountain at 801-907-6777. A champion's reputation in this league doesn't come easy. It takes dedication, perseverance, and hard work. You'll find that same dedication and champion's reputation at Champion's Windows, Siding, and Patio Room. We feature custom 3-season and all-season sunrooms and porch enclosures, and factory direct pricing since 1953. Let us create your dream room at a price that's right in the ballpark. Find out more at championwindows.com.
Champion Windows, Siding, and Patio Room. Dedicated to unsurpassed customer service, powerful guarantees, and your satisfaction.
Miguel Ramirez will come in and try and close it out for the Raptors as we move to the bottom of the 9th inning. Ogden on top by a score of 2-1. Owlz scored their only run of the game in the bottom of the 8th off Cody White. Now Ramirez in. He's the 4th pitcher of the game for the Raptors. A good start for Steven Johnson. Throws 6 scoreless innings, only gave up 1 hit, struck out 8 batters. And Joey Nerino pitches 1 inning. Cody White 1 inning. And now Ramirez will try and close it out. 2-1 lead. The 9-1 and 2 hitters drew up for the Owls. Peter Bourjos, Ryan Mount, followed by Abel Nieves. First pitch, low and away, ball 1 to Peter Bourjos. Only the 3rd plate appearance for Bourjos, and struck out swinging and grounded out to second. Late on that fastball, Ramirez blows it by him for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Base is empty, bottom of the 9th. Raptors on top, 2-1. Corner infielders playing the line. Perez at first base. Soto at third. 1-1 pitch, just a little low. Makes it 2-1. Miguel Ramirez, 5'11", 180 pounds from Santo Domingo. That is a free agent with the Dodgers in 2003. Pumps another fastball in there by Bourjos. Evens it up at 2-2. On the season, Miguel Ramirez has pitched in 3 games, has a record of 0-1, an ERA of 3.00. even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now the catcher, John Martin, calls for time. That's the only change the Raptors made in the field. John Martin behind the plate after Carlos Madero was pinch run for by Jeremy Brown in the top of the ninth. Ramirez gets the sign, sets at the belt, 2-2 grounder, right back between his legs. Michael Rivera from second base, throw to first, save. Eduardo Perez didn't like that one. Would have been quite the play by Michael Rivera. Coming in from his second base perch, fielded the ball at the bag, jumped through on the run. Looked like he had it in time to beat Bourjos, but the first base umpire, Joel Respecus, says otherwise. So now the tying run on board, the winning run at the plate is Ryan Mount. 2-1 ball game with no outs in the bottom of the ninth. Ramirez operating out of the stretch. Now shows bunt, pulls back. It's ball one outside. On the season, Ryan Mount, no sacrifices. The left-handed bat. Right now, Soto on the line and on the grass at third base. And again, it's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Out in the game, 0 for 3. Strikeout, a pop out, and a ground out. Now ahead in the count, 2-0. See if that changes anything for Tom Kochman, or if he's still going to try and bunt Bourjos in a scoring position. Again showing bunt, and again it's outside. Now a 3-0 count. No outs, bottom of the ninth inning. The last thing Miguel Ramirez wanted to do after giving up a base knock to Bourjos is walk Ryan Mount on deck. Abel Nieves. Again showing bunt, and a tied ball 4. So with the runner on at first base, Ryan Mount trying to sacrifice himself. He ends up walking on 4 straight pitches. So now the lead runner at second base, Peter Bourjos, he represents the tying run, and the go-ahead run on the bases. It's Ryan Mount at first base with Abel Nieves coming up. Now a meeting at the mound for the Raptors. The entire infield is out on the pitcher's mound. And now we'll have Craig Bjornsson come out after the meeting was going to be broken up. Bjornsson will come out and join the party. Take a look at the Major League scoreboard. Go over finals. First in American League Stadium, Boston beats the New York Mets 9-4. Detroit over Houston, a shutout win for Robertson. Roger Clemens falls to 0-2 on the year. The Braves pick up a much-needed victory 5-2 at Yankee Stadium. Minnesota beats the Dodgers 9-2. The home runs for Jeff Kent and Nomar Garciaparra. And in the top of the fourth, Rockies leading the LA Angels 6-2. Kansas City over Cincinnati 9-8. Milwaukee over the Cubs 8-5. And now Bjornsson back into the dugout. Jesus Soto, the third baseman, calling the infield sign for the Raptors. Lead runner at second base is Bourjos. He's the tying run. At first base, Ryan Mount, who walked on 4 pitches after trying to sacrifice. Now, the Raptors thinking bunt. Both corner infielders way in on the grass. Ramirez out of the stretch. Bunt laid down by Nieves. Perez falls and is going to third base. Safe is the call. So now the base is loaded, nobody out. Catcher Scott Kanazik coming up. That one will be... See how they score that one. Perez, the first baseman, charged hard on the bunt. Wanted to throw to third base, was falling over as he threw it. At that point, his only play. So Bourjos with a ton of speed, now only 90 feet away from home. He's the tying run. The winning run, Ryan Mount at second base. It'll be a single for Nieves. And the first pitch is ball 1 low. Actually, a fielder's choice for Nieves, so he's on at first base. Doesn't matter at this point. Corner infielders guarding the line. The outfield's playing in with no outs. Scott Kanazik fouls that one back off the mask of John Martin. Evens up the count at 1-1. So again, the Raptors in a close ball game. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs, bottom of the ninth. Ogden on top 2-1. With the Orem Owlz with the bases loaded. And now John Martin and Miguel Ramirez unable to sync up on the sign, so Martin will come out to the mound. Bases loaded. Peter Bourjos led off the inning with a single. Controversial call to first base. A good throw by Michael Rivera. Perez thought he had to play in time, but Bourjos with a lot of speed. Precursor of things to come. So a leadoff single by Bourjos, and Ryan Mount trying to sacrifice. He's walked on 4 straight pitches. Then Abel Nieves bunting. Lays down a good bunt between the first base side of the mound and the foul line. First baseman Perez fielded it. Falling over as he made the throw to third base, not in time to give Bourjos. So he's at third base. At second base, Ryan Mount. Abel Nieves at first base. A 1-1 count with no outs to Kanazik. And this one hit him on the top of the head, so that'll force in a run. Ramirez saying no, it didn't hit him. But now a tie ball game at 2-2. Bottom of the ninth. And the winning run only 90 feet away from home. So the outfield will come in. So we'll see how the infield plays it. They'll have to bring anything home to the plate, so all the 4 infielders are going to come home. The batter's left fielder, Darryl Sales, 0 for 2 on the night, scored a run in the 8th inning after reaching on a throwing error by the pitcher. 2-2 ball game. First pitch swung on a miss. Strike 1. Ramirez rearing back to throw that fastball. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Bottom of the 9th inning. Outscored 1 run in the bottom of the 8th, 1 here in the bottom of the 9th. Looking for a walk-off hit. Strike 1 pitch is over the plate but low. Ball 1. Sales on the season hitting .263. No home runs, 3 RBIs. The bases loaded with no outs. The Raptors infield playing in. 1-1 pitch and a whiff by Sales makes it 1-2. So that's what Ramirez is looking for now, is the strikeout. Then with 1 out, you've got a double play possibility. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. So a huge strikeout for Miguel Ramirez. Now we'll see if they can get a double play ball. Had a similar situation last night. Idaho Falls Chuckers had runners at the corners with 1 out. Raptors got a ground ball to short. Juan Rivera thought there was 2 outs, threw to first base. That allowed the winning run to come in to score. But now with 1 away in the bottom of the 9th here tonight, the batter's third baseman, P.J. Phillips. First pitch swing and a nasty slider by Ramirez, and it's 0-1. The jam that Ramirez has got himself into gave off a leadoff single to Bourjos and walked Mount on 4 pitches. The strike 1 pitch again, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. That one a fastball in on the hands. Phillips no chance at that one. 1 out. Bases loaded, bottom of the 9th in a 2-2 tie in Orem. Ramirez sets at the belt and struck him out swinging. Blew a fastball by him. So with the bases loaded after hitting a batter, Kanazik, to force in a run, now struck out the last 2 batters swinging. Darryl Sales on a 2-1 count. Strikes out P.J. Phillips on 3 straight pitches. So now the infield will move back, so will the outfield. First pitch to Brooks Schenkel, a strike on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th in a 2-2 tie. Brooks Schenkel 0 for 3 on the night, and he whiffed at that slider. It's 0-2. So 1 strike away from Miguel Ramirez from getting out of this jam. Owlz have already scored 1 run to tie it at 2-2. Ramirez gets the sign. Sets at the belt, and the strike 2 pitch swung on a missed strike 3. What a display by Miguel Ramirez after getting into a jam. Bases loaded, hit a batter to tie the game at 2-2. Strikes out the next 3 batters in a row swinging, and we're going to extra innings. At the end of 9, it's a 2-2 tie. We'll be back after this on 1430 KLO.
When it comes to firearms, bearing arms is your right. Gun safety is your responsibility. Be sure to store your firearms out of the reach of children and always use trigger locking devices in gun safes. A community service reminder from Sportsman's Warehouse, where they offer a complete line of quality hunting, fishing, and camping supplies. Visit them on Riverdale Road between PetSmart and Target, or log on to sportsmanswarehouse.com. Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter.
A manager relies on a series of signs to send his message to the players in the field. Your business needs more than hand signals to get its message out. That's why business leaders throughout the area rely on Intermountain Electric signs. From the initial design to the final installation, they can show you the most creative solutions that fit your needs and your budget.
Intermountain Electric Signs, with over 30 years of expertise in illuminated and neon signs, including service and repairs. Find out more online at intermountainelectricsigns.com.
For many of us, building a custom home is fulfilling the American dream. From site preparation to turning on the lights, the pros at Revolutionary Homes can help you every step of the way. Locally owned and operated, they have 9 years of experience creating custom, traditional, and European-style homes. Let them create the home of your dreams. Put your ideas in motion by calling Revolutionary Homes at 801-628-1316. That's Revolutionary Homes in Layton, a revolution in home building.
On to extra innings to start off the top of the 10th. Eduardo Perez fouls off the first pitch breaking ball. He's down 0-1. On deck, Josh Bell. In the hole, Chris Jensen. Raptors dominated this game, led 1-0 until the 7th inning. Then they took a 2-0 lead. Changeup misses outside. 1-1 to Perez. Then in the bottom of the 8th, the Owls score 1 run off Cody White. And then in the bottom of the 9th, 1 run off Miguel Ramirez. This one ripped fair down the first baseline. So it'll be a leadoff single for Eduardo Perez to start off the 10th. Good defense by Luis Rivera, was playing the line, so kept Perez, to just a single. 2-2 ball game. Raptors 2 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. The Owls 2 runs on 5 hits, also with 1 error. Out of the stretch, Arredondo. Curveball misses off the outside part of the plate. Ball 1 to Josh Bell. Arredondo, the 4th pitcher of the game for the Owls. Aiming to get the last 2 outs in the 9th inning. Bell laid on that fastball, fouled back and out of play. 1-1. Lance Parrish, the manager for the Raptors, calling the sign. Has to be frustrated that, again, his team has had to go to extra innings after looking like they had a game wrapped up. Swing and a miss, strike 2 by Bell, out in front of a changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner on at first base with no outs in the top of the 10th in a 2-2 tie ball game. Just outside with the breaking ball. That'll even it up at 2-2 to Josh Bell. Bell on the night, 0 for 4. 3 ground outs and a strikeout looking. Coming into the game, he was hitting 400. 2-2 pitch, swung on a miss, strike 3. Nasty curveball by Felipe Arredondo. Sends Josh Bell down swinging. 1 away in the top of the 10th. Glad to have you with us right here on 1430 KLO or streaming on the internet at ogden-raptors.com. Same 2 teams will play tomorrow night. First pitch at 7:05. Hope to have you with us. 2-2 tie. Chris Jensen, the left-handed bat, into the batter's box. Runner on at first base is Eduardo Perez. No stolen base attempts yet this season. Stole 7 bags in 5 attempts last year. Flat foul into the Owls dugout. So it'll be an 0-1 count to Chris Jensen. Jensen 2 hits on the game, both of them singles. One to lead off the second inning. One with 2 outs in the 8th. And stranded on the bases both times. Down in the count 0-1. The pitch by Arredondo misses high and outside. Ball 1. 1-1 to Chris Jensen out of UCLA. Calls San Diego, California home. Perez at first base being held on by Schenkel. There'll be a throw over by Arredondo. Perez dives back in time. 2-2 tie in the top of the 10th. 1 ball, 1 strike down with 1 out to Jensen. Hits it into left field. Sales coming in, makes the play on the run. So Perez back to first base with 2 outs. And the center fielder, DJ Jackson, coming up. Look at the Tier Construction Pioneer League scoreboard. Missoula leading Billings 1-0. That game's still in the 5th inning. Great Falls 5-3 over Helena. That game into the 9th inning. And Casper 6, Idaho Falls 3, playing in Idaho Falls in the bottom of the 8th. Perez led off the inning with a single. Now with 2 outs, and DJ Jackson swings and misses at a fastball in on the hand. Strike 1. Jackson 3 strikeouts on the game, as well as a ground out in the 4th inning. Swings and misses at the strike 1 pitch. A big breaking curveball. Started out over the plate. Jackson chased it out of the zone. He's now down in the count, 0-2. No action in either bullpen. Perez, the runner at first base for the Raptors. 2-2 ball game in the top of the 10th. And Jackson pops it up foul territory, first base side. Schenkel over, makes the play on the dirt for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Raptors strand Perez on at first base after a leadoff single. And now the Owls coming up with a chance to win it in the bottom of the 10th. 2-2 tie on 14:30 KLO.
Besides Raptors baseball, there's one thing most of us can't get enough of. It's leisure time. Why spend what little of it you have doing yard work and improvements when you can call Leisure Time Ponds and Waterscapes? We have 25 years of experience in landscape design and maintenance, and we now specialize in water features. We can build any size feature to fit your needs. So gather your ideas and call 801-393-3982 or find out more online at leisureTimePonds.com. Leisure Time Ponds and Waterscapes, creating a more ambiance experience for the leisure time you have. Business owners, you know there's nothing more important than advertising your company's good image. Why not let the experts at Silvercrest Signs help you establish that image with an attractive, attention-getting sign? From design to installation, Silvercrest provides a complete high-end sign service. For imaginative and creative solutions to all of your sign needs, you can rely on Silvercrest Signs. Find out more online at silvercrestsigns.com. Silvercrest Signs, finely crafted signs and quality design. A winning ball club depends on speed, power, and experience to effectively clean the bases. When it comes to cleaning your carpets and upholstery in your home or office, the cleanup hitters you can rely on are at Lynn's Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. They expertly clean carpet, upholstery, tiles, grout, and most any floor surface. They provide free treatment and spot removal, and prices start at $15 a room, $40 minimum charge. Serving all of northern Utah. Call Lynn's Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning at 801-814-7176. That's 801-814-7176.
2-2 ties. We move to the bottom of the 10th inning. Raptors had a 2-0 lead, moving to the bottom of the 8th. Let the Owls score 1 in the bottom of the 8th, 1 in the bottom of the 9th. So that's how we get to a 2-2 tie. Second extra innings game of the year for the Raptors. They're 0-1, lost 6-5 in Idaho Falls a couple nights ago. That one also a come-from-behind victory against the Raptors. That game, the Chuckers scored 2 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th to tie, and 1 in the bottom of the 10th for the victory. Raptors got a leadoff single by Perez in the top half of the inning. He was left on base. Tyler Johnson, the DH, leading it off for the Owls. Makes a strike at the knees on the outside corner, 0-1. On deck, Luis Rivera. In the hole, Peter Bourjos. Flyer misses low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Tyler Johnson. Drove in the first run of the game for the Owls, an RBI single in the 8th inning. Another breaking ball misses low over the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Bases empty with no outs in the bottom of the 10th in a 2-2 tie. Ramirez operates out of the stretch. The righty steps at the belt and again misses low and outside. Now a 3-1 count to Tyler Johnson. Ramirez came in to start off the 9th inning. Ended up loading up the bases. Then hit Scott Kanazik, the catcher, to force in a run. Then with the bases loaded and no outs, struck out the next 3 batters, all swinging. Tyler Johnson fouls that pitch back. That'll make it a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. No outs, base is empty. Raptors outfielders playing against the gap. Check, swing, and he went around. The nasty slider breaking away from Johnson. He offered on it. They appealed to the first base umpire. They said he went around. Now the 4th strikeout in a row for Miguel Ramirez. So 1 away, base is empty, bottom of the 10th, 2-2 tie. Brings up the right fielder, Luis Rivera. Infield playing back. Corner infielders are up on the line, both Perez and Soto. A step off the chalk. Strike 1 to Rivera. Breaking ball on the inside part of the plate. Rivera's 0 for 3 on the night, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. The strike 1 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Miguel Ramirez last season led the Gulf Coast League with 5 saves. It's 11 innings with the Raptors. And the 0-2 pitch, a grounder up the middle. Juan Rivera on the run, bobbles it, can't make the play. Should be a hit for Luis Rivera. But nonetheless, the Owls have the winning run on the bases with 1 out. And center fielder Peter Bourjos coming up. It will be a hit for Rivera. Luis Rivera, not to be confused with Juan Rivera, the shortstop for the Raptors, or the second baseman Michael Rivera. So 1 out, Rivera on at first base, being held on by Perez. Infield will shift to double play depth. Runner goes, first pitch to Bourjos, swung on a miss, throw down to second base, got him. What a throw by John Martin right into the glove of Michael Rivera for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 10th. So as quick as the Owls got a runner on board, 1 pitch, and Rivera's caught stealing for out number 2. So now an 0-1 count, base is empty. Defense will go back to their full defensive position. Outfielders playing the gaps. The corner infielders playing on the line, trying to protect against an extra base hit. That pitch is in the dirt. Evens up the count at 1-1 to Bourjos. Righty on righty matchup. Rivera drops down, sets his belt. Fly ball to right field. E.J. Jackson will come over from center field underneath it for the 3rd out of the inning. So we'll need to go now to the 11th. Still a 2-2 tie in Orem on 1430 KLO.
Hey fans, are you thinking of finishing that basement bathroom? Or is it finally time to remodel your old kitchen? Not sure where to start? That's easy. Call JF Plumbing. Owner-operator Jack Faraday can help with all your plumbing needs for new construction, remodels, or repairs. No job is too small. Jack is fully licensed and insured and guarantees that the job will be done clean and done right. Call JF Plumbing today. You'll find them in your yellow pages. JF Plumbing, a proud sponsor of the Raptors.
Around here, a reliable heating and air conditioning system is a must. And around here, more folks trust their system to ERS Heating and Cooling. In fact, they're the Raptors' choice. ERS Heating and Cooling does it all, including gas piping and all natural gas and propane heating and air. Their years of experience is your assurance of a job done right. For 24-hour service and fast professional work that you can rely on, ERS Heating and Cooling. Find them in your yellow pages. That's ERS Heating and Cooling, the Raptors' choice.
Remember the good old days when the game was played by guys named Joltin' Joe and the Babe? Well, back then, you could afford to go out without taking out a second mortgage. At Jeremiah's Restaurant, they remember. That's why they provide the finest in home-style cooking that will fill a mountain man's appetite without emptying his wallet. Featuring award-winning breakfast, lunch, dinner, and complete banquet facilities, come to Jeremiah's Restaurant. Open daily. Take the 12th Street exit off I-15, east of Best Western High Country Inn, or log on to jeremiahsogden.com. All trails lead to Jeremiah's.
Extra innings in Orem. The Raptors and the Owls now on to the 11th inning. Raptors 2 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. Owls 2 runs on 6 hits with 1 error. Quick scoring recap of the game. Justin Fuller scored in the first inning on a throwing error by the shortstop Ryan Mount on an Eduardo Perez grounder. So the Raptors led 1-0 into the 7th inning when they tacked on another run. Carlos Madero was on at third base with the bases loaded. Rick Tolo, the pinch hitter, was hit by a pitch that forced in a run. So 2-0 Raptors going into the 8th. Darryl Sales scores for the Owls. RBI single by Tyler Johnson. So it's 2-1 going to the 9th. Miguel Ramirez comes in to try and close it out. Gives up a leadoff single to Peter Bourjos. Ends up loading the bases. Hits the batter Kanazik. Ties the game at 2-2. Then strikes out the next 3 batters swinging. So here in the top of the 11th, John Martin leading it off. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. And then a curveball also on the outside corner. So he's down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. First at-bat of the game for Martin. Curveball. Chopper to short. Charging his mount. Throws on the run from the grass in time to first. We're out number 1. That'll bring up second baseman Juan Rivera. The 6th game of a 7-game road trip for the Raptors. Start a 5-game homestand this Thursday night. Westland Ford night with free general admission tickets available at Westland Ford on Wall Avenue. 1 out, base is empty in the top of the 11th. First pitch to Juan Rivera in the dirt, ball 1. Rivera's reached base 3 times. And he's going to run back into the dugout. Looks like he's going for a new bat or something. Now it looks like he's getting a new bat. Don't see that very often after a player takes a ball outside. Beelines it straight back into the dugout. Looks like he wanted some new lumber. And that's ball 2 low. Now 2 balls and no strikes. 1 out. Base is empty. Top of the 11th. In a 2-2 tie. Arredondo into the windup and gets Rivera to chase a curveball in the dirt. Strike 1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Pulled foul down the first baseline. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rivera's singled, flown out to right. Walked in the 7th inning, was stranded at third base. And then in the 9th inning, reached on a fielder's choice. Was left on at second base. Fastball sails high. Now a full count to Rivera. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Game time now approaching 3 hours. Little breeze starting to pick up. And the payoff pitch, a curveball, misses outside. Ball 4. So Juan Rivera walks with 1 out in the top of the 11th. And we'll have a pinch hitter for the Raptors. It's going to be Scott Van Slyke coming into the game for Ryan Rogowski. Van Slyke, a big guy, a right-handed bat. Now a righty-on-righty matchup. First to throw over to first base. Juan Rivera back in time. Rivera at first base. And again, another throw over by Arredondo. Rivera's attempted 2 stolen bases on the season. He's been caught stealing both times. Being held on by Brooks Schenkel. Fakes like he's going. First pitch to Van Slyke. Broken bat pop-up into shallow right center field. Nieves goes back from second base, drops the ball. Now a force to second base, and they got Rivera the runner. So Juan Rivera is thrown out at second base for the second out of the inning. Really in no man's land on that play. Standing right in between the bags. Don't know if the guy's going to make the play. Gets back to it, gets leather on the ball, but then drops it. So he's thinking he has to go back to first base. Instead, he sees the guy drops it right down in front of Nieves, so he threw from his knees to second base for the fourth out. Still no indication whether that's a hit or an error. Nonetheless, Scott Van Slyke on the bases. Michael Rivera chases a fastball outside of the zone. Throw down to first base. Van Slyke barely back in time. So no balls and one strike to Michael Rivera. And then he pops this one up. Shallow center field. Charging in is Peter Bourjos underneath it for the third out of the inning. So we'll move to the bottom of the 11th. Still a 2-2 tie. Stay with us right here on 1430 KLO.
Who are the healers? Certainly it starts with doctors and nurses. Those who have spent years in nursing or medical school that directly comfort the patient, prescribe medication, perform heart transplants, and do checkups. But does healing go beyond those people? Is it more than the stethoscope or the surgical instruments? Does it go further than drawing blood and setting casts? Maybe healing in the medical field includes fresh laundry, clean floors, and warm food. Maybe it all plays a part. Could it be that all Intermountain Healthcare employees doing their best every day to ensure not just good experiences, but extraordinary experiences are also healers? Because healing in the medical field is as much about how you approach your job as what you actually do. Intermountain Healthcare. Healing for life.
Dinner's Ready in Ogden has the answer if you find that during the hot summer weather it's just too hot to cook in the kitchen. All you have to do is stop by or call 479-4371 and order what you want, and there's your dinner. All meals are pre-cooked. They just need to be heated in the oven or microwave, and you're ready to serve up dinner. They also cater lunches, dinners, and family reunions. Dinner's Ready. Just turn east on 5600 South to the Harrison Plaza. Mention this ad and get a free dessert with your order.
On the dial, AM 1430, our call letters KLO, Ogden, Provo, Salt Lake City, World Class Talk, 1430 KLO.
On to the bottom half of the 11th inning, a 2-2 tie ball game. Raptors will bring in their fifth pitcher of the game. It's big left-hander Garrett White. 6'5", 230 pounds, from Round Rock, Texas. Recent graduate of Ole Miss University. 6th-round pick in this year's draft by the Dodgers. Leaded off at the top of the order for the Owls, Ryan Mount, followed by Abel Nieves and Scott Kanazik. Raptors had a 2-0 lead. The Owls came back, scored one in the bottom of the 8th, one in the bottom of the 9th to tie it at 2. First pitch, a strike on the inside corner. So it's 0-1 to Ryan Mount. And then White back quickly, another fastball at the knees, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Mount. 0 for 3 on the night. Lefty-lefty matchup. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Good pitch by Garrett White, painting the outside part of the plate for a called strike 3. So one away, base is empty, bottom of the 11th inning in a 2-2 tie ball game with second baseman Abel Nieves coming up. On that last play in the top of the 11th, Scott Van Slyke looked like he was going to pop out to Nieves at second base. Nieves drops the ball. Was not charged in air because he made the fourth out at second base, so Van Slyke a fielder's choice. First pitch, a ball, then went back quickly. Fastball fouled over the right field seat, evens it up at 1-1. On the game, Nieves has 2 hits. He's reached base 3 times. Strikeout in the first inning. Single in the 4th. Single in the 7th. and reached on a fielder's choice in the ninth. White, the big lefty, into the windup. The 1-1 pitch. Strike on the inside corner. It's 1-2. Raptors are in third place in the Pioneer League South Division. Orem Owlz tied for first place with the Idaho Falls Chuckers. Corner infielders playing on the line. Outfield playing against a double play ball in the alley. And a swing and a miss. Down goes Nieve. Second strikeout in a row for Garrett White. Comes a fastball by him in on the hand. So 2 strikeouts in a row for Garrett White. Brings up the catcher, Scott Kanazic. Final line on Miguel Ramirez. 2 innings pitched. Gives up 1 run on 2 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Hit a batter. That was Scott Kanazic that forced in the tying run, Peter Bourjos, in the bottom of the ninth. First pitch fastball misses outside. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Kanazic. Travels into 2 double plays tonight. Fights off that fastball. Evens it up at 1-1. Scattering report on Garrett White. Throws his fastball in the low to mid-90s. Likes to pound the zone, get ahead of the batters. And the 1-1 pitch. Chopper down the third baseline, foul. So it'll make it 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Kanazic. Base is empty in the bottom of the 11th. A 2-2 tie. Raptors 2 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. The Owls 2 runs on 6 hits with 1 error as well. Now dark here at home of the Owls Stadium. Breeze coming in from the left field wall. And the 1-2 pitch by White. Breaking ball. Check swing. They'll say he didn't go around. Evens it up at 2-2. See the cars coming down University Parkway, so right over the batter's eye, you've got headlights, as well as taillights moving away from you. The Deuce's pitch, a curveball, got him looking, strike 3. So Garrett White comes in the bottom of the 11th and strikes out the side. So on to the 12th inning. Still the Raptors 2, the Owls 2 on 1430 KLO.
On the dial, AM 1430, our call letters KLO, Ogden, Provo, Salt Lake City, World Class Talk, 1430 KLO.
Think of how much better mowing your lawn would be if you could go as fast or as slow as you wanted. You know, take your mower carefully around curves and trees and then really move it in the wide open areas. Well, now you can with Toro's Personal Pace Self-Propel System. Check one out today at Ogden Lawn and Garden at 460 West 12th Street. It's the amazing mower that adjusts to your speed. Just place your hands on the handle and go. Test drive one today. Toro, count on it. See Ogden Lawn and Garden for warranty details.
Your tastes are unique. Shouldn't your home reflect your unique, individual style? If you're tired of your home looking like everyone else's, you may want to consider stucco. D&G Stucco can help you create a unique and personalized look for your home. They have 14 years of experience in stucco foundations and rockwork. Whether it's residential or commercial, remodels or repairs, go with the pros. Go with D&G Stucco.
D&G Stucco. Let them take your unique style and turn it into a personalized new look for your home or office. Find them in your yellow pages under Stucco.
Hey fans, insurance rates are flying higher than a Raptors home run. Tired of paying too much for your auto and motorcycle insurance? Then call your local Geico Auto and Motorcycle Insurance Company. They offer the best rates and 24-hour claim service 7 days a week. For a free quote and friendly comparison, call 775-8020 or visit them in Layton, just northeast of Layton Hills Mall on Hillfield Road. Get the coverage you need at a rate you can afford with Geico Auto and Motorcycle Insurance. Remember, it's Geico, not Gecko.
Jesus Soto will lead it off for the Raptors as we move to the 12th inning. Raptors had a chance to win it in regulation, but the Owls scoring 1 run in the bottom of the 8th, 1 run in the bottom of the 9th to tie it at 2 runs apiece. It'll be Soto, Perez, and Josh Bell duo for the Raptors. Soto's down in the count 0-1, then chases the curveball low and away. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Jesus Soto. 2-2 ball game. Base is empty. Top of the 12th. And a curveball called strike 3 at the knees. Soto didn't like it. I don't blame him. Looked like that one was a little low. So Soto goes down looking to start off the 12th. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Eduardo Perez. Perez on the game has reached base twice. Once on an error in the first inning. That was when Justin Fuller came in to score the first run of the game. Perez's other hit was a single to lead off the 10th inning. First pitch, ball one outside. Then a breaking ball misses low and away. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Wind coming in from the left field wall. Perez batting left-handed. Off the hands, Granner to second base. Nieves waits for it. Throw to first for out number 2. With 2 away and the base is empty, a 2-2 tie. The designated hitter Josh Bell coming up. Same 2 teams will play tomorrow night. On the mound for the Raptors, Charles Dawsney. Bell takes a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Bell on the game 0 for 5. Ground out in his first 3 at-bats, strikeout in his last 2. And he's now down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes here. His ball on the outside corner. With 2 outs, the base is empty. Here's the strike 2 pitch. It's hit hard into center field. Bourjos a good jump going back. Jumps it over his head all the way back to the wall to get it. Josh Bell into second base, standing up with a 2-out double here in the 12th. That one tagged by Josh Bell. A fastball up in the zone. Turned on it, hit it towards the deepest part of the ballpark. Bourjos got a good jump, actually overran the play, then had jumped up, tried to jump back to his left, couldn't make it. So now the go-ahead run is in scoring position. First hit of the game, a double for Josh Bell. And right fielder Chris Jensen at the plate. First pitch a curveball, strike 1. Felipe Ardondo's pitched well. His 3rd inning of work. Fastball, ball 1, misses high and away. Bell in scoring position. Shortstop now playing behind him. Ardonda will look back, heads home, curveball, pulled foul down the first baseline. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. On the season, Chris Jensen, 1 home run and 7 runs batted in. On the night, he's 2 for 5. Both of his hits are singles, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 8th. With 2 outs, a 2-2 tie ball game in the top of the 12th. Runner at second base, and the 1-2 pitch, a curveball, got him looking on the outside corner. So the Owls will now again have a chance to win it. We move to the bottom of the 12th inning. 2-2 in Orem. Stay with us on 1430 KLO.
See with your own eyes the best line of Toro mowers you can buy. Toro's SR4 Super Recycler lawnmowers. Everything from Toro's tried and true guaranteed to start engine and patented SR4 Super Recycler cutting system for better mulching to a 5-year full warranty. Toro's SR4 Super Recyclers are not only great mowers, but a great value too. Starting at only $529 MSRP. Check out Toro's best line of mowers. Toro SR4 Super Recycler lawnmowers at Day Power Equipment on Main Street in Roy. Toro, count on it. See Day Power Equipment for warranty details.
Manufacturer's suggested retail price subject to local dealer option.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Raptors broadcast is brought to you in part by Mainly Business Systems. Honesty, dependability, and customer service still matter. By the United States Air Force, crossed into the blue. By Comfort Systems USA Intermounted. Featuring trains, it's hard to stop a train. By Brightweiser Insurance Services, a trusted choice agency. And by Richards Manufacturing Jewelers, affordable prices from jewelers who care.
The Raptors are proud of the legacy they're building as the most popular team in the Pioneer League. Thanks to you, the fans. Legacy Pest Control is equally proud of their legacy of satisfied customers. Thanks to you, the people who trust Legacy Pest Control. For complete residential and commercial pest control and termite services, you can rely on Legacy Pest Control. Find them in the next yellow pages. That's Legacy Pest Control, leaving a legacy of satisfied customers.
2-2 ties. We move to the bottom of the 12th inning here in Orem. Garrett White will come out to start his second inning of work. Struck out the side in the bottom of the 11th. Due up the 4, 5, and 6 hitter. It'll be Darryl Sales, followed by T.J. Phillips and Brooks Schenkel. First pitch fastball misses low and inside. Ball 1. Thank all of you who are still with us. It's been quite the ball game here in Orem. No, it's getting late on the East Coast. Past 10 o'clock, now more than a 3-hour game time here in Orem. That one fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Garrett White, the big lefty, into the windup. And it's a strike at the knees, 1-2. On the game, Darryl Sales struck out 3 times, reached on an air to start off the 8th inning, scored the first run of the game for the Owls. In a 2-2 tie, 1-2 pitch misses inside, evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Corner infielders for the Raptors playing right on the line. And the 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, misses high, and that fills up the count to Sales. Most of the fans here at home of the Owlz Stadium have left and gone home, getting up and leaving over the last 2 innings. This pitch, off foul, slicing out of play over the first base seat, and it'll stay a full count to Sales. 2 of the other 3 games in the Pioneer League have gone finals. We look at the Kier Construction scoreboard. In Missoula, filling on top of the Osprey by a score of 6-1. And the 3-2 pitch, chopper to the left side. Shortstop Rivera on the run, throws from the grass in time to first base for the first out here in the bottom of the 12th. Brings up third baseman T.J. Phillips. In Helena, Brewers have now lost 5 games in a row. Great Falls comes to town and knocks them off 5-3. 3 home runs in that game. Great Falls 5 runs on 10 hits. Helena 3 runs on 6 hits and 3 errors. And still in progress in Idaho Falls, the Rockies on top of the Chuckers 6-3. Broken bat, grounder to third by Phillips. Long throw by Soto's in time for the second out of the inning. So since White came in to start off the 11th inning, struck out the side in the 11th, and has gotten 2 ground outs to the left side here in the 12th. And first baseman Brooks Schenkel coming up. White, a hard-throwing lefty, making his second appearance on the season. Again, first pitch swinging. Grounder to second base. Rivera on the run, throws back across his body for the third out of the inning. So now we'll go to the 13th as more fans will get up and leave. Hope you stay with us. A 2-2 tie in Orem on 1430 KLO.
Right now at Saturn in Salt Lake, Orem, and Riverdale, you can lease the award-winning Ion for $99 a month. Hi, I'm Jeff Westphal, inviting you to come in to drive the car that more people repurchase than any other car made. Lease a brand new 2006 Saturn Ion for $99 a month for 24 months. Or Saturn still has 0% financing. We're so confident in our product, we offer the Engines for Life program on our new and used vehicles, which means if you service your vehicle at our facility, we'll guarantee your engine for as long as you own it. Lease a Saturn for $99 a month and get Engines for Life. Come see us for details at Saturn of Salt Lake, Orem, and Riverdale. At Saturn, we're treating people like always and building cars like never before.
At Weber Audiology, we don't imply anything. We'll even match or better any advertised price for the same model. We have analog and digital hearing aids in several models and styles and sizes. Most of our digital models include a complete 3-year warranty and a 2-year supply of batteries. We provide quality instruments from Siemens, Repton, Sonic Innovation, and all assessments and fittings are completed by certified audiologists using calibrated instrumentation. For all your hearing needs, call Weber Audiology at 627-3001.
And we're back in Orem. Extra innings as we move to the top of the 13th. Orem Owlz will make a pitching change. They bring in left-hander Blake Haller, 6'4", 170 pounds. Picked up in the 13th round in this year's draft by the LA Angels. Due up for the Raptors, DJ Jackson, John Martin, and Juan Rivera. In a 2-2 tie ball game. Then two teams will play tomorrow night. First pitch at 7:05. Felipe Arredondo pitched well, went 3 2/3 innings, aiming to get the final 2 outs in the ninth. Gives up no runs on 2 hits in 3 2/3 innings of work, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. So both teams having to dig deep into their bullpen. Blake Haller now the 4th reliever and the 5th pitcher to get in for the Owls. A 2-2 tie. The first pitch to DJ Jackson. The breaking ball in the dirt. Ball 1. Blake Haller pitched in 2 games this season. Has a record of 1-0. Hasn't given up an earned run yet. Given up 4 hits, 2 runs. None of them earned in 3 1/3 innings of work. 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. Opposing batters hitting .250 against him. Down in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes to DJ Jackson. 2 balls and no strikes. No outs, base is empty, top of the 13th in a 2-2 tie. Pitch is called a strike, a belt-high curveball. Makes it 2-1. Just getting into the extra innings, the home plate umpire, Jason Kaminsky, has widened strike zone a bit. 2-1, swing and a miss. A huge cut by Jackson. Chasing a curveball makes it 2-2. But he's really starting to pick up, coming in from the left field wall. Haller, the lefty, gets the sign. And the 2-2 pitch, curveball fouled back into the net. It'll stay a 2-2 count. On deck, John Martin. In the hole, Juan Rivera. Here's the 2-2 pitch. In the dirt, good eye by Jackson. Makes it 3 balls and 2 strikes. Starting pitcher Sean O'Sullivan for the Owls. Pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 unearned run on 3 hits. No walks and 3 strikeouts. Payoff pitch to Jackson. Fought off, so we'll have another pitch coming from Blake Haller. Then came in David Pellegrini, went an inning and 2/3, gave up 1 run on 2 hits, 2 walks and 1 strikeout. Then Barrett Browning. No runs on 3 hits in an inning and 2/3 of work. Payoff pitch to Jackson. Check swing at a curveball in the dirt. And they'll say he went around for strike 3. So that's the 4th time in the game DJ Jackson has struck out. And that'll bring up the catcher, John Martin. John Martin only has 1 at bat in the game. Carlos Madero is the starting catcher. Madero went 2 for 4 with a run scored, both of his hit singles. Jeremy Brown pinch ran for Madero in the 9th inning. Ball went outside to Martin. Martin got it back in the top of the 11th. Grounded out to short on an 0-2 pitch. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, base is empty. Top of the 13th. Another breaking ball in the dirt, and it's 2-0. The McKay-Dee Hospital is pleased to support all local special events and activities such as Ogden Raptors baseball. Serving a vital part in the health care needs of the community, McKay-Dee Hospital. at 42nd and Harrison in Ogden. No action in the Raptors bullpen. Owlz warming up a righty. With one out, the 2-0 pitch to Martin. Called a strike, a belt-high fastball. It's 2-1. On the season, John Martin hitting .286, no home runs, and 2 RBIs. In a 2-2 tie, fouls that one back into the net. Evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Martin from Emporia State College in Emporia, Kansas. 24th round pick in this year's draft. Goes 6'2", 210. Check swing at a breaking ball, misses low, didn't go around. And we've now got a full count for the second batter in a row. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Martin. Switch hitting shortstop Juan Rivera is on deck. Here's the payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. So the Raptors still have life. A 1-out walk by John Martin in the top of the 13th inning brings up Juan Rivera. Look at scores in the big leagues. Milwaukee knocks off the Cubs 8-5 in Chicago. Carlos Lee El Caballo, his 25th home run of the season. Aramis Ramirez with the home run, his 14th. And Carlos Zambrano, the pitcher, with his second jack. 2-2 tie, fastball high to Rivera. Ball 1. Martin on at first base, and now with a 1-0 count to Juan Rivera, the pitching coach Zeke Zimmerman will come out to the mound for a visit. Guess I kind of jinxed this. I had our Today in Baseball History. About a Brooklyn Dodgers game in 1939 where the starter Whitlow Wyatt, starter for the Brooklyn Dodgers, pitched 16 innings. Game ended in a 2-2 tie. After 23 innings that they played, the game was called because of darkness. So you can thank me for that one. 2-2 tie, top of the 13th. It's 1-0 count with the runner on at first base, John Martin. And the 1-0 pitch fouled over the right field seats. He will even up the count at 1-1. Raptors wearing road gray uniforms with blue hats. Orem Owlz home white uniforms with red sleeves. With 1 out, the 1-1 pitch to Rivera. A chopper to short. Mount charges, no play to second, throw to first in time. So now the go-ahead run in scoring position. It's John Martin at second base with 2 outs in the top of the 13th, a 2-2 tie, and Scott Van Slyke coming up. Van Slyke only 1 at bat in the ball game. That was in the top of the 11th. And it looks like now we're going to have a pitching change brought to you by Tom Stanger Insurance, an independent insurance agent. When it's time to change your insurance, Tom can choose the insurance coverage tailored to your exact needs. Tom Stanger in Ogden and Layton. So it's the go-ahead run in scoring position for the Raptors. Scott Van Slyke will be the batter. 2-2 tie in the top of the 13th on 1430 KLO.
Stanger Insurance salutes Americans everywhere. We're proud to be Americans in this land of liberty. And at Stanger Insurance, we know that Americans everywhere stand united behind our flag, and we always unite to give you the best values and service around. Stanger Insurance, 3919 Riverdale Road in Ogden. Call 627-1113. And 930 South State in Clearfield. Call 773-1400.
The 1920s, 30s, the 40s, 50s, the 1960s, the 70s, 80s.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
The 1990s.
I did not have
the new millennium.
These are good days. the history of freedom.
For nearly 80 years, 1430 KLO has been a Utah broadcast tradition. Today's world-class talk, 1430 KLO, is in a better position than ever to serve you. Our powerful, updated signal serves a wide broadcast area, and KLO has put all of today's incredible technology to work for you so we can offer you the best coverage of up-to-the-minute news, traffic, weather, business, and sports. Plus, 1430 KLO features the freshest, most compelling lineup of world-class talk show hosts on the air, anywhere. World-class talk. 1430 KLO.
With 2 outs in the top of the 13th, Scott Van Slyke comes to the plate. He'll be going up against submarine righty Aaron Cook. Van Slyke up in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Runner on at second base. This one lined in the left field. They're going to wave in John Martin, coming up throwing his sails to throw not in time, and the Raptors take a 3-2 lead in the top of the 13th. So Scott Van Slyke comes through. It's up in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Cook held him a curveball, and he ripped it into left field for Van Slyke. A big hit as the Raptors lead 3-2. An RBI single puts Van Slyke on at first base, brings in John Martin all the way from second, and makes it a 1-run lead for the Raptors. Michael Rivera, the batter. On the night, Rivera is 0 for 2. A pop out and a fly out. Rips this one into center field. That'll drop in front of Bourjos. So now Van Slyke on to second base in scoring position. After 2 consecutive singles by Van Slyke and Rivera. 2 outs, top of the 13th. Raptors 3 runs on 12 hits, 1 error. The Owls 2 runs on 6 hits with 1 error. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Jesus Soto. Runners on at first and second base. Van Slyke, the lead runner in scoring position. Michael Rivera on at first base. Jesus Soto on the night has 1 hit in 6 at-bats. And can't catch up to the fastball. Strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. 2 outs to Jesus Soto. Big sweeping curveball. Misses low and away. 1-1. Aaron Cook, 6'4", 170 pounds, from Rockledge, Florida. Draft pick in this year's draft, and gets Soto to check swing around on a curveball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the Raptors take the lead, though. Lead 3-2. Runners on at first and second base. And the 1-2 pitch swung on a miss. Strike 3. So the Raptors now have a chance to close this ball game out as we move to the bottom of the 13th inning. It's 3-2 Raptors on 1430 KLO.
It's up, it's out of here. But doesn't it seem like the price of everything is going up these days, especially energy? So your bills go up, which means your debt goes up. How do you cut back on energy costs? Barlow Heating and Air has a way. Now, for a limited time, receive up to a $1,000 instant discount with the purchase of a qualifying Lennox home comfort system. The real savings comes when you get your energy bill that month. Save up to 50% on your bill. So to find out more, call Barlow Heating and Air at 801-621-2725. That's 801-621-2725.
Americans are used to paying a little more for convenience. $5 extra for the guy to bring the pizza to your house. A higher price tag on the aspirin at the convenience store. More per gallon when the guy puts the gas in the car for you. But Allstate actually charges you less to make things more convenient. If you insure your house and your car with Allstate, you'll save money. Up to 10% off the auto bill and 15% off the home insurance. If you ever need to use that insurance, you'll have the convenience of having only one agent to call. The Allstate Home and Auto Discounts. More convenient, more reasonable. You shouldn't have to pay more for convenience. That's Allstate stands.
For more information, call your local Allstate Insurance agent, Shane Charlesworth at 774-5535, Mike Hinckley at 334-7020, Rick Nelson at 774-0748, Mark Hines at 394-5334, or Craig Moore at 621-3680.
3-2 Raptors as we move to the bottom of the 13th inning. Raptors scoring one run in the top of the 13th. John Martin brought around on an RBI single by Scott Van Slyke to take a 3-2 lead. Two up, Tyler Johnson, Luis Rivera, and Peter Bourjos. And Garrett White is ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes to Johnson. White, the big lefty, coming out to start his 3rd inning of work, and a strike 2 pitch misses inside, ball 1. Tyler Johnson has come to the plate 4 times tonight. Has an RBI single, drove in the first run of the game for the Owls, and in the 8th inning. And the 1-2 pitch, called strike 3 on the inside corner. The 4th strikeout of the game for White, his 3rd looking, and for Raptors pitching, Johnson, the starter, had 8 strikeouts, 4 for Miguel Ramirez. Now 4 here for Garrett White, 16 on the game total for the pitchers. 108, bases empty, bottom of the 13th, a 3-2 lead for the Raptors. And Luis Rivera takes a fastball right down the middle, strike 1. Rivera's 1 for 4 on the night, only it was a 1-out single in the 10th. 0-1 breaking ball, catches the outside corner, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom of the 13th inning. Base is empty, and the Raptors lead 3-2. Here's the strike 2 pitch, hard fastball, misses outside, ball 1. Garrett White from Ole Miss, their closer, comes back with the 1-2 fastball, blows it by Rivera, 2nd strikeout in a row. And the Raptors are 1 out away from picking up a road victory here in Orem. Now 5 strikeouts for Garrett White in 8 batters that he's faced. So 2 outs, bottom of the 13th inning, and the batter's center fielder, Peter Bourjos. Bourjos scored the tying run in the 9th inning and takes a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Other at-bats, a strikeout, a ground out, and a flyout for the center fielder. With 2 outs and the base is empty, strike 1 pitch just off the inside part of the plate, evens it up at 1-1. Corner infielders guarding the line. Outfield playing the gaps against an extra base hit. That one pulled foul into the Owlz bullpen, and it's 1-2. Raptors had a 2-0 lead going to the 8th inning. Owlz scored 1 in the bottom of the 8th, 1 in the bottom of the 9th. But then Ogden scoring 1 in the top of the 13th. 1 strike away from the victory here tonight. With 2 outs, Garrett White looking in for the sign. He's got it. And the 1-2 pitch, high and outside, ball 2. So that evens it up at 2-2 with 2 outs. Bottom of the 13th, a deuces count. All the other games in the league have gone final. The deuces pitch slapped into right field. It's going to be a fair ball. Van Slyke to chase it down in the corner. Bourjos hustling into second base. We got a play. Save. Raptors thought they had that one. Perfect throw by Scott Van Slyke. 1 hop right onto the glove of Juan Rivera. But nonetheless, he's called safe. Sliding into second base, a 2-out double by Peter Bourjos. He represents the tying run for the Orem Owls. Winning run, Ryan Mount, the batter at the plate. First hit allowed by Garrett White. A 2-out double to Peter Bourjos. Batter Ryan Mount at the plate, left-handed, takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Now the 5th plate appearance for Mount. A Takes ball one outside, 1-1. Reached base once. It was on a walk in the 9th inning. Runner at second base, Bourjos. White out of the stretch, a look back, then heads home. Throw roller to the third baseman, Soto. Go to first base in time, and that's your ball game. Final score in 13 innings from Orem. It's the Ogden Raptors 3, the Orem Owlz 2. Take a quick timeout and be back with the Raptors post-game show right here on 1430 KLO.
When buying and selling a home, it pays to work with a realtor. Realtors provide critical assistance in helping people negotiate one of the most important transactions of their lives. The Weber North Davis Association of Realtors is the voice of over 1,800 realtors who work with buyers and sellers in Weber, Morgan, and North Davis counties. Realtors provide valuable assistance to home buyers, helping them find the right home in the right neighborhood at the right price. Realtors provide sellers with up-to-date information on market conditions, pricing, and marketing strategies. Realtors help to manage difficult negotiations, provide important and objective information, and guide the buyer and seller through the complex closing process, ensuring the smoothest transaction possible. Above all, through their experience and training, realtors offer precious protection before, during, and after each transaction. Realtors are accountable to a high ethical, moral, and professional standard of conduct. When using a realtor, you can be assured the highest quality of professionalism. So whether you are buying or selling a home, it pays to work with a realtor.
Business loans, this is Nancy.
Yeah, Nancy, I'm looking to get a loan to help my business expand. Our Layton location is very successful.
Layton, New Jersey?
No, Layton, Utah. Do you have a branch on Cherry Lane? I do my banking with you. Anyway, we want to open locations in Ogden and Sandy.
Just a moment. Ogden, Arkansas, and Sandy, Oregon.
Arkansas, Oregon?
There's an Ogden, Iowa, and a Sandy, Texas.
Nancy, I'm in Utah.
Oh, I got a big Sandy, Tennessee, right here.
Nancy, where are you?
At the Business Loan Division in Midvale.
Your headquarters are in Midvale?
Of course not. Just the Business Loan Division is here in Midvale, Ohio. Our headquarters are in St. George.
I'm afraid to ask. St. George?
Bermuda.
Looking for a bank that understands the unique needs of your Utah business? A bank that conducts business with a personal touch? That's Bank of Utah. Flexible terms, low rates, and business loan professionals that speak your language. After all, we are Utah. To learn more, visit the Bank of Utah office or call 1-800-516-5559. Bank of Utah. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors post-game show. Raptors victorious in 13 innings on the road in Orem. Final score 3-2. Raptors 3 runs on 12 hits with 1 error. Left 15 runners on base in the game. The Owls 2 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. Left 5 runners on the bases. Thank all of you for joining us and stayed the whole time. Raptors even up their season record at 4-4. Orem Owlz fall to 5-3. Same two teams will play tomorrow night. First pitch at 7:05. Charles Dosney on the mound for the Raptors. Take one final look at the Kier Construction Pioneer League scoreboard. Billings over Missoula 6-1. Great Falls tops Helena 5-3. And in Idaho Falls, the Casper Rockies top the Chuckers 6-3. So the Raptors will be 1 game back of Idaho Falls and Orem, will both be 5-3 and a tie for first place. Thanks for all of you for listening. Know it's late on the East Coast, 10:36 here in Orem. Thanks for everyone who made this broadcast possible. Laszlo back in the studio. So until tomorrow night, Eric Knighton signing off from Orem on 1430 KLO. Good night, everybody.
Hey, thanks for listening to Raptors Baseball on 1430 KLO. Tune in next time for more Raptors Baseball brought to you by Saturn of Riverdale, McCady Hospital, Weber Audiology, Bob's Car Company, Tom Stanger Insurance, Dinner's Ready, Family Transmission, Britain and Glass, and Barlow Heating and Air. Raptors Baseball only here on 1430 KLO.
1430 KLO now rejoins our regular programming in progress.